Hello and welcome to the Civilization World Cup Finals, guys. At last, the day has come to see the best two teams from the Civilization World Cup go head to head in a best of three. This is the first game, and we have today the Phillyboys playing against Nekst Vigraem. There was a last minute sub instead of Esteth from the Phillyboys roster. We have third Ferguson coming in. He is one of the veteran players from CPL as well, but has not joined a team as of yet. So this is his chance to shine in this last and first, actually, final from the Civilization World Cup. The teams are now banning, and it looks like we got at least 5 bans till now. We got Mali, Maori, Russia, Japan, and Canada, and we're still waiting for the last ban. While the movie was running, the teams have chosen their first map, and it looks like we're gonna see the lakes map being played out. It looks like we're gonna have some awesome land wars, as we've seen, I think, 2 weekends ago or 3 weekends ago. The lakes map is an extremely big map with a lot of land to choose for and to choose from or settle, and at the same time there are sprinkled around the map some little lakes. So it will be very interesting to see. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see a lot more land civs than we're gonna see naval civs. So let's see how this goes. It's for sure gonna be interesting. From the Nekst Vigraem team, we got Colento, Odin, Destroyer, and who's the last one? Pellman. We've seen some great plays from all of them, and I'm pretty sure in this final they will want to get their 8th game going. And there we go, the last ban was France. France has been one of the most picked civilizations in this tournament, I believe. A real powerhouse with its extra spy from the castles and free spy, I should say. Also the extra diplomatic visibility it gets, and the unique unit. First pick was Cleopatra by Colento. Cleopatra is another good choice, especially on the lakes map. If you do have a close civilization next to you, those Mariano chariot archers, the unique unit of Cleopatra, will do an extreme amount of damage. They come really early, and they can get fast to your enemies and wreak some havoc. Next pick, Tordred going for Rome, and we're waiting for Red Phoenix to pick his civilization. He actually, I think Red Phoenix was the one that I've seen mostly play Cleopatra, but this time he's gonna go for Cyrus. And there we go, an extremely good pick here in my personal opinion. We got Robert the Bruce, Scotland, picked by the Russian team. Odin gets to play him. He's gonna have a really good time if he gets his cities happy. It's a 25% bonus if you have your cities in ecstatic, and that goes without saying, especially in a teamers match. You can get around to doing it, especially if you swap amenities with your allies. If you get more than a few continents worth of amenities in your cities, you can also build a golf course in each of your cities that will give you one extra amenity, extra culture, and gold as well. Pretty good improvement. It also gets extra great people points for industrialists and scientists. It's a very good bonus. You can get away with getting a lot of those engineers, especially early on, if you rush them. And the extra production from the cities, just the extra production will be amazing compared to other civs. You're gonna see exactly how and why I'm saying this. I'm looking forward to seeing some great plays here from our Scotland friend. It is actually surprising not many pick this civilization. It's one of the powerhouses in our free-for-alls here. It's mostly banned actually, and I'm surprised they didn't choose to ban it in, for example, instead of maybe Japan or Canada. Canada is also a very strong civilization anyway, so let's get to the next pick. We got Destroyer going for Lotaro, his civilization of choice actually. We've seen him play at least 3 times in the last 3 weeks or 4 weeks. He gets the Chemamul as a unique improvement, and of course a +5 bonus against civilizations that will be in a golden age, and its unique unit is the Malon Raider, which gets an extra movement, and the pillaging only costs 1 movement, so if he can really get going, especially with the raid card that gives you double the amount of your pillaging, you can get an extreme amount of gold or other stuff from your enemies just by throwing some Malon Raiders at them. And Almog going for Tamar. That's one of the civilizations that, especially coupled with the religious belief, papal primacy, I believe it's called, can keep sues of most city-states, and it gets the Tike. That's a unique building. It's a unique wall improvement. It's stronger than the normal walls, and it gives you, of course, a much better defense. It can be built in half the amount of time you usually build the walls, and it provides faith early, so it's a very good improvement overall. The Kevsur also is the unique unit, which will give an extra combat strength bonus on hill tile, and moving through hills only require 1 movement. Again, a very good unit. If you couple that with let's say a general, it's gonna be an extremely nice attack. Let's see how Almog will choose to play this. One of the base abilities of Tamar is also getting faith from killing units, just like Mali gets gold, or Gorgo gets culture. It's a very good ability. So the next up, and the last civilization from the Phillyboys, we got America. Teddy Roosevelt, who actually got some love in the last patch from the BBG. It now receives +5 combat strength when attacking on a foreign continent, and of course +5 combat strength when defending. Well, at least I believe it was like this. So was it changed only? Oh, I think it was changed only on attack from what I see. No, it's for defending as well. Okay, never mind. I just had to read all through it. Not sure exactly why I don't have the ready button here. So the last civilization of the game picked by Pelman August was Cree, Poundmaker, and yesterday in the Historia Typist Stream tournament we've seen Jack the Ripper go and have some fun against the Japan nation. You've seen those amazing Cree scouts, what they can do when they get this, of course, to level 3 and get that +20 promotion. It's always fun to see how those scouts can wreak havoc on another player. It's kind of hard to play against them, but yeah, I guess Japan did take some risks there, and going for holy sites at the beginning, didn't get the general, didn't get that many units. He thought he was safe, but no, the Cree scouts actually got to him, even though he was very far away from Cree's capital. They are 20 strength base, and they can get really strong. Not sure why it says waiting for host. But anyway, this is I guess an improved version. This is a new version of the multiplayer helper mode, and it looks like the players have gotten the hang of choosing and picking in the staging area. We don't use Discord anymore. It looks like I think only the map was chosen by Discord, and as you can see, we can have everything in on the user interface. It's a very good achievement here. I believe we made it, boys. It took us almost 2 months, and actually it took Jack the Narrator almost 2 months, but he did get it running. This is an unbelievable improvement to overall Civilization 6, life choices, I believe. Now we get to see the bands, we get to relobby, and we get to remap instantly instead of relobbying. That shaves a lot of time from the total gameplay and improves all of our lives, including of course, viewership and the commentators as well. This is amazing to see and have. And of course, as we are used to, both teams have a remap token, and they will get to spend it or not at turn 8. I will have to pause the game by then and wait for them to send me a private message with their life choices, if they want to remap or not. And we're gonna see. How do you think this will play out? You guys wanna wait until we get to see the map to actually get a poll going and find out what's the what's the feeling of the viewership? Do you think Nekst Vigraem will win, or do you think the Phillyboys will win?
From the first stirrings of life beneath water, to the great beasts of the Stone Age, to man taking his first upright steps.
There we go.
Far. Now begins your
Let's do this, boys.
quest. From this early cradle of civilization on towards the stars.
I'm a little hyped up for this first game of the final. I really want to enjoy some great Civilization game here, and I do hope we're not gonna see that many remaps. And of course, as we play on the lakes map, I think there will be a lot of land to choose from and to go for. I'm not sure if they will actually need to remap, and it looks like the map actually goes around. If you look at it's like the Pangea, it goes around. It doesn't have an edge to the left or to the right. So let's quickly go through the tundra area and see if there are any civilizations with very close to the map edge. I don't think they are. So but let me check. It's very quickly. Yeah, there we go. I don't think they are. So okay, we got in the west corner, we got Scotland Odin with a very nice very nice spawn here with a 2-3-1 ivory tile in his capital cities. A decent amount of iron and horses, actually a more than decent amount. He has 3 iron tiles from what I can see next to him. Oh, look at this late game aluminium to the south of his first capital. He's gonna be ecstatic when he will find that. And oh, it looks like he actually is going for the ivory settle. Interesting. He wants that early amenity. That's always good on Scotland. It will give him a boost in all his outputs, or his city's outputs from the happier people. Let's take a look to the south of him. We got Rome, Tordred spawning on a lake tile, and of course it's the lake map. He does have a good amount of hills next to him, a horse, and actually 2 horses, and he's on the same continent as Scotland with Ivory. Oh, that's another thing. It looks like Scotland is on a continent split, so he will have the option to go for both continents' amenities. That's going to be an impressive output of happy people from his cities. He will have the marble, the ivory, the cotton. Oh, amazing. Well, what citrus? Well, the citrus is kind of far away. The pearls are in his capital, but he's gonna get sailing for that. Yeah. So okay. Let's not spend that much time on Scotland. Let's go and see what the others will have. To the south of Tordel, southeast of Tordel, we got Colento, Egypt, spawning on more than decent amount of floodplains, it looks like. And of course, some good mountains from what it looks like. +5 campus right next to, actually 2 +5 campuses right next to his capital city. We will see if he actually gets to settle as soon as possible towards Rome. So he will deny Rome his settles, and he will have to fight those legions. That's gonna be quite impressive for Colento and Tordred to see who will win from that. The Mariano Chariot Archers going against the Legions. The Legions are stronger. The Mariano Chariot Archers are crossbow strength, so I believe that will be a very, very close match, depending on their strategic choices. So, or tactical choices, I should say. Let's go ahead and see who's next. We got to the north, Georgia. Is he close to? Yeah, he's not that close to Scotland. It looks like he's gonna have a free sim here. Ooh, Matterhorn next to his capital, around 3 cities worth away. That's interesting. This is the second game in 2 days that I see Matterhorn being spawned on a map from a tournament. We've seen it yesterday spawning next to Spain, and we've seen those, was it Spain? No, France, sorry, France, and we've seen those horses go, and archers from France go attack on India with the Matterhorn improvement. Very, very, very good bonus. You get to, every unit that goes through those Matterhorn tiles gets to ignore heals for the rest of the game. So, I mean, that's a great thing right there. A lot of fresh water around his cities, and I think he has quite a few spots for his holy site to get at least a +2 or +3. Very good campus spots as well, +4s, +4s. So I think he's set up for the rest of the game. We got Mapuche in the middle of the map, like right smack in the middle of the map. Look at this, between 4 city-states with very good land here. Look at this. Well, I know he did have like a hill bias or something, but just look at this spawn. It's amazing. +4 campus in his capital, a 2-3 deer, and iron. He has some horses, but they're a little far away from his first city. We're gonna see exactly how and what strategic resource he's gonna go for first. He should go for horses, but that's not always a given, as we've seen players make their choices depending on the land, and I guess how they feel they're gonna get an advantage. Next up, next to him, we got Kree Pellman, his ally, spawning quite close to him, around 12 tiles from his capital city, with the diamond settle. Very, very, very nice. He's starting to pump out his unique scouts. And does he have a target? He does have a target. Next to him on his right side, east side I should say, is America, 3rd Ferguson. And it looks like he's in prime range for those Kree scouts to get some damage done. We're gonna see exactly if Pellman will find him fast or not, and at the same time we're gonna see how much gold they will pump into Pellman so he gets more scouts. Yesterday I think there was around 240 to 300 gold spent on Jack the Ripper's scouts. That was a lot of gold just for some scout units. Last but not least, in the corner we got Red Phoenix on the east side of the map with Persia. He spawned almost alone. I think he will get to free sim most of the game. He does have access to Stirling, to Scotland, but I think he will get there around the Cav tech or the Cuirassier tech. It's gonna take a long time until he actually gets some units on the front line. And in the meantime, Rome will have to take the punches from both Scotland and Egypt. We're approaching turn 8, it's turn 5 already. We got, let's check out the Faith. Only Rome, of course, is making Faith. He just put on the God King card because he gets his free monument in the city. So he has that extra culture. Look at that. It's double the amount of every other civilization's culture. What are the city-states? We got only one science city-state in the game, and that is Hattusa. 3 gold city-states, Cahokia, Bandar, and Lisbon. All 3 of them are actually very, very good city-states. We got 2 culture city-states, Vilnius and Antananarivo. 2 military city-states, Preslav and Valletta. And I think Valletta will be a very good city-state for especially Tamar with his walls. He's going to be able to buy those walls. Or other buildings like granaries or what are they called? Water mills in the city. 2 more turns until we find out if they will keep this map or not. It looks like the players have not met each other yet. They don't know where the other team is, and they're gonna have to make this decision based solely on their initial spawns. Hey Doske, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Civilization World Cup Finals. I really hope we're gonna see a fluid game today with not that many, disconnects and player subs and everything like that. So we're gonna see a good game. Are we? I hope so. I really hope so. I'm really hyped up for this. I'm not sure if you noticed, but I'm really hyped up for all these games. The best of 3s. I was expecting to see Estes today. He's one of the best players from the CPL league. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it. I'm not sure exactly what happened. They didn't give us that many details about his whereabouts or why he didn't make it. But as soon as I find them, I'm gonna try to share them with you, of course. One more turn until we get the remap choices. It looks like Egypt might meet Tordret. Until then, it depends on their movement. If Tordret goes around the river to the southeast, he's not gonna meet Colento. But if they move to the left, let's see. This is the turn. We're gonna find out the truth. Oh, he's going back. Wow. So they're not gonna meet each other. Okay, interesting. All he had to do was move across the river on that grassland tile. So 20 seconds to go until I will have to pause the game and let the players, the team captains, private message me with their choices if they want to keep this map or have another one. As we've seen in other games, it's not always guaranteed you're gonna get a better map. So it is always a casino style pick. Okay, it looks like Red Phoenix wants to remap this. Interesting. Very interesting. They want to remap this. Okay. Not sure why Liege quit the game. We do have the command from the multiplayer helper to automatically start the loading of a new map. So the host just needs to type .restart and it will automatically remap. Pashkovsky, welcome to the stream. And thank you for the follow. Fusa, thank you for the follow, man. Welcome. Let's have a great time here looking at this 4v4. Go head to head. These are the best 8 players Civilization has to offer by now. They made their way through the group stages, through the semi-finals, played against the other best players with gathered in teams, and now we see them go head to head in a best of 3 matchup. This is the first game, and it was the map Lakes that was chosen for this particular game. I think Destroyer or the Nekst Vigraem team chose Lakes from the looks of the private messaging I've seen in their respective channel. I'm not exactly sure how they did, if they did bans or something else, but yeah. So there we go. And now the only thing we need to wait is yeah, and this is it, boys. Look at that. It's instant poof remap. The game started loading a new map without a reload.
Of life beneath water, to the great beasts of the Stone Age, to man taking his first upright steps, you have come far. Now begins your greatest quest, from this early cradle of civilization on towards the stars.
I got a question for you guys. Do you think Red Phoenix chose to remap that just because he was in a sim position and he would have felt like worrying instead of simming? Or do you think another choice was the deciding factor there? Let's do in the meantime the best we can to see if their spawns are not near the edge of the map. Oh, you were on his stream. Tell us more details. What was the deciding factor of their choice there? I'm a bit confused about it. Oh, so basically they wanted a casino style choice. Oh, well, unfortunately, Tordred now has a worse spawn than he had earlier. Even though, from what I can see, he has a lot of land. He has so much flat land. Just look at this. Only his capital is good. His other cities will need to get some lumber mills going. So I'm not sure if that was the best choice they made or not. As I was saying, it's always a 50-50 chance, or well, some proportion like that, to get the better or the bad or a worse spawn. So I mean, it's not guaranteed you're gonna get a better spawn unless like it's really really bad. And if it's really really bad, we're probably gonna make that choice for you. I mean, the remap observers will get the choice to decide if we want to go for a remap or not because of technical reasons. But because this is the Lakes map, usually we don't see that many problems. The players have a lot of land to go for. We are playing on New Age, so we see more hills overall. The production is there, the amenities are there, so there's not that many reasons to go for a remap. But hey, we always prefer to give the players the choice to actually go for a remap. Just maybe they will get a better spawn. So let's go check out this map we got from the west side. We got Kree on actually he's on the east if we look at the mini map. So let's not talk about him Who was it? I think America was somewhere around. No, Persia, it looks like. Persia spawning on a lake tile. He has some pretty good land here. I'm interested to see if he's gonna go plant in place, go for the hill on the right for that 2-2, or if he's gonna go for the gypsum. I think he's gonna plant in place. Another choice would be to go for the river, but I think that's kind of far away and it puts him at risk of losing his settler to a flood. Wouldn't that be the case, guys, to have a, you know, a flood kill a player turn 1 or turn 2? That would be wonderful. So to his south we got Rome. As I was saying, he has a good capital, but his second cities don't look that great. He's gonna have to spend a lot of builder charges to improve those tiles, but I think it will be interesting. Lafon0908, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. To his right we got Georgia. Georgia does have a, I guess, a decent spawn. Is this a lake? No, this is coast, so he doesn't get extra housing. Oh, this is like a disaster for Georgia. He's gonna have to build some, you know, a harbor, granaries, maybe aqueduct that city. But he's not gonna get that much housing at the beginning of the game, and I'm pretty sure that will he will not be happy about it. And since they spent their remap token, they don't get another one. America to his northeast, it looks like he spawned quite close to him, and they will be able to trade over the water once they both get harbor techs. Pretty good spawn here with 3-2 bananas, very good fish tile in his capital city. I'm wondering if he's gonna go for the south, or this is coast as well. Yeah, this is coast, so he's probably gonna settle in place just or one to the left, just so he can have fresh water. Yeah, there we go, one to the left. That is that choice was made so he can get an extra production in his capital, in his starting tile. I mean, if he would have chosen the grassland hill, for example, he would have stayed. It wouldn't have mattered. It would have been still a 2-1. Next, one thing I do have to note, it looks like we're gonna have like a west versus east kind of gameplay here, because most of them are pretty close together. It looks like Persia and Rome will be on the west side defending Georgia, and on the east side Georgia will have America as his defender. And of course Georgia will probably go for some kind of culture victory, I think. I'm not sure if he's gonna go for science. It doesn't look like it's gonna pay off, but culture victory is a good thing here, I guess, or a viable option. So let's see who are the next guys, the next players on the map. Looks like Mapuche in the middle here didn't get to place his city yet. But he does have amazing land again. With coffee, he can settle right off the bat. He's gonna have access to this +5 campus later on, or if he wants to place a Chimamul there, that's great as well. Remember, the Chimamuls, that's the unique improvement from Mapuche, can only be placed in breathtaking tiles. So looking at his land, he's only gonna be able to place it on the sheep tile or on this grassland hill, or if he goes for the coffee, I think this tile will be breathtaking as well once he destroys that rainforest. The rainforest does give you a -1 penalty to appeal to the tiles around it, and he does have some other great, like this is a +5 campus with the 2 rainforests and 4 mountains around it, and this is very good land for Mapuche here. Next up, who do we have? We got Egypt with a lot of floodplains here. This is almost a godlike land for Egypt, and the floodplains, floodplains I should say, that receive an extra production, so he will get to put his or build his sphinxes, this unique improvement on floodplains that will receive an extra production. Very good tiles. You're gonna see once he gets to place them. It's gonna be an amazing city for him. And he does have on the left as well, but some grassland floodplains this time. That's pretty good cities to the south, to the west, to the north, and to the east. Looks like he's gonna get very good expands. So the last two would be Scotland and Cree. Let's talk a bit about Scotland. At this point, he's on a triple continent split. This is very nice. He doesn't see it yet, but he does have access to a third continent to his north. At the moment, his capital is sitting on two, one to the west and one to the east, two continents. He's gonna have access to 12 amenities. That is an amazing feature for Scotland. Each amenity will give him a boost in happiness for each citizen. So I mean, we're gonna see some amazing Scotland production and outputs here from his cities. His science, his culture, his everything will be better. So, but he's gonna need every bit once he will go up against Tamar in I guess the culture game. It doesn't look like he's gonna war anytime soon, but that's, I think, the best place you can be with Scotland, in a seeming position with great campus spots, with a lot of access to amenities, and your allies near you, so you can trade with them. And especially he has what, Cree to the southeast, and a little further away he's gonna have Egypt, Colento, which if he sends trade out to him, he will get you know, that extra food and gold from them. It's an amazing ally to have there. Last but not least, we got Pelman, August, Cree, spawning on a coast tile. Actually, this looks like coast, so he doesn't have fresh water, but you know, his unique improvement, the what is it? I actually forgot what was it. Not sure how I managed to forget that, but the Mickey Wap, yeah, that was it. So the Mickey Wap, the unique improvement from Key, gives him an extra housing anyway, and depending on its location, it will give food or gold. So I mean, it's an amazing improvement to have. He's gonna get a free trader as well once he discovers a few technologies. I believe it's foreign trade, right? That gives him, or pottery. Sorry, pottery. Am I right? Yes, with the pottery technology. Yeah, that is correct. And he will have quite a few choices to send his trade routes to. Let's see how far away or how close these guys are. So we got Persia. Oh, look at this. I was actually talking about this. Interesting. It looks like Red Phoenix actually went for the three turn settle on the gypsum, getting that extra amenity in his city, that extra production, and of course 1 gold. I think that is a good choice. He will get to recover soon enough. He will need to buy some of the surrounding 2/2s until he at least discovers animal husbandry, so he can see the horses next to his capital. But that's not too far on the technology tree. And there we go, he did plant his city. Is he gonna get the gold from his teammates so he can buy a 2/2 for him, or is he gonna work the 2/1 instead? I don't know. We're gonna find that answer to the question soon enough. It looks like Tordred did plant in place, and he now sees his surrounding area and knows it's very, very flat. I'm not sure, but I don't think he's very happy. The ones that are on Red Phoenix's stream might actually give us an inside information here. Are they happy with their spawns, or are they not happy with their spawns? And I mean the Phillyboys. Maybe some Russian viewers will tell us some inside scoop from the Russian team as well. I don't know, guys. Can you ask them? Can we find out if all of them are happy, or do we wait until turn 8 to find out if they will choose their remap token or not? Yeah, Tordred must not be happy. Hey there, pet1812. I do have to, plug that text into a Google Translate, so give me a second to see exactly what you said there. I'm not familiar with the Cyrillic language, even though I'm not that far away from Russia. I didn't actually get to learn it, so excuse me for that. There is a Russian caster, as far as I know. We got Kacheka streaming. Pretty sure he's gonna restream either mine or Lige's stream. I'm not exactly sure whose stream was he on, but he did pop in the channel before the game, and I think his stream is open as well. It was advertised everywhere that he will stream as well. Yep, there we go. So we do have a Russian streamer. Now, 3 more turns to go, or I should say 2 more turns, because this turn is over, and we're gonna see if they will remap or not. This is only Nekst Vigraem team token, so will they decide to remap? I'm not sure. I think they should not remap. I mean, they will see their land, they will see they have a lot of choices. The game will not be that, I guess, action intensive. We're not gonna see those early wars, because there is not that much proximity between the enemy players. We do see them as a west and east team, so I'm looking around the map, and I think this will be a mostly simming game. So after turn 8, after they will have the choice to remap or not, I'm gonna run that poll, and looking at the civilizations on each team, we're gonna have to decide and cast our votes if we place our trust in the Nekst Vigraem team and Scotland, mostly Scotland and Egypt simming, or we're gonna place our trust in Almog and Rome simming. In the meantime, it looks like Odin was the first one to get his Pantheon. That is a really early Pantheon, turn 7 Pantheon. Who is Odin playing? Oh, he's Scotland. Oh, nice. He did have that instance to work at the beginning of from the beginning, so he got an extra city very, very fast. He will have the Ivory as a first amenity. That's pretty good as well. Will he have another amenity from his teammates? Not sure yet, but he can have access to truffles, and maybe Destroyer will get some amenity as well. Oh yeah, the coffee. I think Destroyer can give him the coffee. And yeah, look, I was talking about this after the rainforest got destroyed here because of the city settle. It looks like this is a prime location for a Shemamul now. This is turn 8. We got 20 seconds to go until we will find out if we keep this map or not. The Russian team, Nekst Vigraem, will have the choice to go for a remap or not. I'm interested to see what will happen. There we go. I'm gonna pause the game now and give them the opportunity to cast their choices. I'm not sure if I like the Phillyboys spawn. Actually, America seems to be locked, like landlocked in between the lakes here. He does have some nice spawns to the north and to the south, and it looks like they went for this map. I think that was the best choice they could have made. The moment, just looking at the map, it looks like the Phillyboys have a slight disadvantage. They will have to work a little bit harder to get their locations just as good as the other players, but I think we have some very adaptable civilizations here. Rome with its extra monument he gets in the cities, and the city spam he can make. We got Persia with very good land next to him. And of course, we know Persia can be a simming civilization as well as War Civilization, he gets those trade routes that give amazing bonuses, and especially coupled with the new Pingala promotion that you get. Recently, Pingala got, in the revamp, got some new tricks, and one of the things that Persia can really use is the shared knowledge promotion. With domestic trade routes to Pingala City provide +3 science, so basically you can get for each trade route you can get a free +3 campus, and the only thing you're gonna miss is the great scientist points, but you're gonna get the science, and of course the production and the culture. Each Persian trade route gives you one extra culture, or gives you extra culture and gold, especially from internal cities. That's a very good thing for it, but later on in the game you do have a little bit of a problem, since your trade routes are boosting your other cities. Your capital doesn't get that much production, but so at the same time you're not gonna get insane production in your capital. Usually it's the other way around. The capital city will be your powerhouse civilization, or I should say city, from all your other cities. So in Persia's case, it's not always that case. So there we go. Most of the players did get their first settlers, and of course Scotland was the one who got the religious settlements. That's the pantheon that gives you a free settler right off the bat. Let's see who will pick next. It looks like Rome is about to pick his pantheon as well. 5 turns away from picking it. Destroyer is 6 turns away from picking it, and they did find each other, and the war declaration has been sent now. Do we have... let's see where they actually met each other. It looks like was it Rome? No, it doesn't look like Rome. Rome going for an interesting setup to his west here. So who met who here? I don't see any units next to each other. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway, in the meantime, let's see Egypt, how he's gonna decide to settle his cities. It looks like the first one was to the east side, so he's gonna get those flat plains I should say, and building another settler as soon as possible. He doesn't have a close enemy, so he's pretty much ready to expand and keep expanding until he reaches his allies' borders. And we're gonna see exactly how many cities he's gonna get to plant. He already has one option for this current city as well, and another amenity to his north. This is actually great, especially if he trades those away, at least one of them to Odin, but it looks like Odin is already going for his marble. He does need to open up mining to actually improve that. I'm not sure if he actually researched. No, he's on writing, so okay, so he's trying to rush campuses here. That's interesting. He does have, I guess, +3s. We don't have actually Hypatia as the first one. It looks like Aryabhata is the first great scientist. It's the one that gives you 3 random technologies from the classical and medieval era Eurekas. So usually players, when they want to go for an early campus, they want to snipe Pingala as soon as possible. Not Pingala, sorry, Hypatia. That's the scientist that gives you a free library, and each library from all cities will give you an extra science. It's a pretty good scientist. Of course, Almog with Georgia is going for that free holy site. He will probably get the first religion of the game. We've seen some boosts for religious persons, by the way, and of course religious victory as well, especially after the Pingala switch. Now that Pingala gets a culture and it's picked a lot more than it was picked before the patch, most of the cities will get that 100% faith spread. or pressure, I should say. If we open up the tree and we open up, let's see, the promotions, so it gets, oh, it's 50%. So the religious pressure to adjacent cities is 50% stronger from that particular city. The only problem I see for Almog is the fact that he's not gonna have that much housing in his capital city, since he's on a coast, so he only gets like what, 4 housing in his capital, or 5 housing, no, I think 4. He's already hitting his capacity here. He's gonna need to improve those fish tiles, or he's gonna need to get granary or something to go further up in housing. So let's put up the poll here. Let's see, give me a moment, guys. There we go, the poll is running. We got 3 minutes to cast our choices, and you can see it at the top part of the chat. Of course, the 2 choices are Nekst Vigraem and the Phillyboys, and the main question is, who will win the first final game? Remember, this is a best of 3. This is the first of maybe 3 series. A 3-game series. We're not sure yet if we're gonna see all the games being played. It only takes 2 out of the 3 to win the finals. We are not sure about that. I think it depends on how long the first game will go, and if they have enough time to play the second one as well. I'm not even sure if they're gonna be able to keep their the same rosters throughout the games here. But it looks like we got 6 choices, 6 votes right off the bat for Nekst Vigraem, and only 1 in the Phillyboys. It looks like the viewers, you guys, are not that trusty of their spawns here. I do think you do trust the players, you just don't trust the spawns, unfortunately. Sometimes that happens, but we've seen some great comebacks even with weaker than average spawns. We've seen players adapt to them very well. An interesting choice here from Persia. He got the Lady of the Reeds and Marshes, and that was the pantheon of choice for Egypt. So he sniped that. That's a very good choice there. Interesting, but very good. Ooh, 2 more votes in the Phillyboys. 6-3 now. So you guys are catching up. Let's see, guys. It's a minute more to go for the votes, and we're gonna find out what's the viewers' prognostic, or how do you say, prediction, right? In this first game of the final. I mean, everyone can do that, right? It's 9-4 now. Come on, let's see it. Ten to 4. Oh my god. Almost there. We got, yeah, there we go. We got the result. 10-4. 71% are going towards the Nekst Vigraem team. It looks like they favored them much more. I'm not sure if we have more players that are their fans, or if you guys are actually watching their stream, watching the spawns, and thinking, hey, they must have much better spawn. Another pantheon has been picked in the meantime. Mapuche is going for Earth Goddess. He does have quite good land here. Unfortunately, he will have to chop a lot of this rainforest to make it better. Well, I say unfortunately, but I say unfortunately just because it kind of feels like a waste of builder charge just to chop that rainforest. It gives you like half the production yields from a normal chop, but it does give you food instead. So I guess you'll grow the cities more by chopping them, but yeah, that production. Let's see the others. Who's gonna be next in line? It looks like both Cree and actually Colento are close to a pantheon. Stone Circle has been picked by Tordred by Rome. That's actually a good pantheon for him. He does have a good amount of stones around his cities, and recently in the patch it was the stone circles was changed. It was giving before the patch 3 faith for each quarry you had improved, and now it gives you 1 extra production and 1 faith. So looking at this stone tile, you already see it's a 2-3-1. So honestly, it looks like it's a pretty good capital. Pretty good. And look at this on his right side. He has another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stones. That's quite good production. That's 5 production right from those stones. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any more though. Tordred Big Brain, yes, I agree. Tordred Big Brain. We've seen Tordred shine in a lot of the games, in a lot of tournaments and FFAs and teamers as well. We're gonna have to wait and see if his skill and knowledge of the game will get him the upper hand in this matchup. He's probably gonna be the one to fight against Cree for most of the game, and at the same time he will need to help his ally Persia here in the land war. It looks like the Cree scouts are trying to make a move on Persia city, and we might see some early aggression here. I'm not sure if they will have enough to take the city. The Cree scouts, oh, unbelievable. This is Pellman actually got this scout close to a level 3. That's gonna give him the plus 20 promotion very fast. He has another one that's probably gonna get a promotion as well. He just needs to place them. But in the meantime, Persia, that is Red Phoenix, is preparing for this attack as much as he can, building the warriors to get the tiles around the city, not letting the scouts have their way. Gonna switch off the movement so we can see them faster. It might not be dead. Remember, if you have a warrior in the city, the defense is going up, and not to mention he does have a good amount of warriors next to his city. So once they hit, the Cree scouts will be able to be hit by these warriors. They will be vulnerable, but we're gonna see exactly how this plays. It looks like Red is going for his encampment, 2 turns away from it, and he might actually get his general if he doesn't, lose his city. In the meantime, Cree is a very good early aggression civilization, and Pellman is one of the players that might make best use out of it. I don't think the 3 warriors actually have enough strength between them to get a kill on this scout that is sitting on a hill here. It will get the plus 3 defense and from ideal terrain, and if he keeps it in place, he will get the 45 bonus as well. And of course the other scout will get the plus 20 promotion. He just got it. Let's see in the meantime. It looks like in the meantime he's going for a general as well, placing down his encampment 3 turns away from getting it. He did pick Goddess of the Hunt, and look at that, just improving the truffles gave him a 3 to 5 gold camp from the truffles, and at the same time he's gonna get to improve that deer tile as well. It's gonna give it a 1 food and 1 production from it, so it's gonna be a 3-3-2 gold tile. That's a pretty good tile to work. Since he is on a truffle continent, he's gonna have more truffles to improve. Not that many more though. He does have in his second city, he does have at least 2 more, and that's a lot of gold from him just from improving his tiles there, or just working them. It's gonna be interesting how Persia will be able to handle this Kree with the general and the scouts here. And how fast will Rome actually get there? It looks like Rome is getting attacked by Kree scout himself. He's not gonna, I don't think he's gonna go for the settler, but in the meantime I think he's gonna pillage that stone and the horses next to it, while Tordred will get some slinger shots on the scout, but I'm not sure if he cares that much about it or not. I mean, Kree cares that much about that scout. That scout is only there to, you know, get some pillages off. God of Craftsman has been picked by Egypt. There is Colento playing Egypt, and looking at his pawn, he already made a Sphinx. That's the unique improvement. And look at that beautiful 3-2-2 tile. Gives him an early 2 culture and 2 faith with a lot of food, because you know, he's Egypt and he gets extra food from the floodplain styles. Ooh, not that slinger will probably die next turn. I don't think this is a good amount of scouts, honestly. By the looks of it, Kree doesn't have the number he needs of scouts to take on Persia here, and he's not building that many either. And I guess they didn't spend that much gold on the scouts, but they will do the job on putting pressure on Persia there. And while his other scout, his 4th scout to the south, is getting some pillages off from Rome's territory. Look at that, just pillaging the stone tile made it into a 2-1, a 2 food and 1 tile instead of a 2-3-1. That was an amazing tile right at the beginning, and now it's just you know, crap. So he's gonna get another builder going and improve that tile. In the meantime, his other cities need some love as well, but he's, I think, the best one. Yeah, he's making right now the most culture out of every civilization. Although Colento is right at his back. Look at that, with 10 and 11, 10 science and 11 culture, he's close to him. And of course Odin, that is Scotland. I was saying earlier, he's running for his campuses, and by the looks of it, he's probably gonna get Hypatia. Already making 3 scientist points a turn, and having 16 science. That is one of the civilizations you don't want to let freeze him. Let it have freeze him. But hey, if you can't do anything else, I mean... Whoa, 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 what happened here? It looks like Persia is about to lose his first city, that is the city of Bactri. Not sure exactly how he managed to do that, but it looks like I think he tried to attack that scout on the hill and lost to at least one of his warriors. He's gonna get another one next turn, but that 20 strength, well, actually 40 strength scout will get to kill the city, even if it heals a little bit. The cities usually heal 20 strength, 20 health, if they're not in siege. So let's see if these scouts will actually get the job done. Another plus 20 promoted scout is next to him. The hits from the warriors, I think, got him that promotion. They weren't able to kill it, but Pellman was there and switched them. And yes, you're right, Scotland has 5 great scientist points a turn now. He's not even gonna need to make a a project for his scientist. We're 8 turns away from the switching of the eras, and we're probably gonna see most of the players here get a golden age. I'm pretty sure even Persia here with a lot of his troubles will make it to the golden age. And this is the turn we find out if that city will die or not. Yes, it will, and it will kill 2 of its warriors. Red Phoenix didn't manage to get the first move out of there, and look at that. 2 warriors have just been deleted from his army. And in the meantime, he's gonna lose that slinger as well. He's gonna remain on 2 warriors, another one from his capital. He's gonna try to get his general. I'm not sure why he's prioritizing that, but I guess he wants to make sure once these warriors will get to the immortal promotion, they're gonna be able to withstand the Kree attack. In the meantime, looks like Rome did manage to get that pesky Kree scout away from his city. It looks like the Kree scout only managed to get that one single pillage off. It doesn't look like the horse was touched there. He's already on 4 cities, and we didn't talk that much about Georgia. Georgia, did he make to the? It doesn't look like he made it to the religion. And in the religious tree, we see him 4 points away from getting his first religion, the first great prophet. He's already building the unique walls, the tzikes, in every city. He's on 3 cities, spamming away another 2 settlers and improving his tiles. They're probably gonna rely on him, or at least Persia might rely on him to get some units over there. Not sure if that's feasible. That's a lot of land to cover. In the meantime, America did get to 3 cities with another settler on the way, just popping a 4th city there. They're not very good cities, but they can, I guess they can do the job. He's gonna be able to get some good campuses between them. He's gonna get to higher population faster, especially with the bananas, with the sheep. He picked fertility rights as his pantheon. That gives him next a free builder and 1 food for each rice, sheep, or I think it was what, not corn tile, wheat tile. Yes, wheat tile. Sorry, not sure why I was thinking of corn. Ooh, level 4 scout. Nice. We got a camouflaged level 4 Kree scout running away next to Persia's cities. Persia is left on 1 single city, his capital city, that is struggling to make right now a general. He didn't actually make any kind of project into the general. It looks like Kree is already ahead of him. Kree is already on 3 cities, working more, already improving those truffle tiles, and I think he will gift Scotland at least 1 truffle. That will boost his city's happiness. And look at that, already a 3 pop city of Sterling is 14 production and 8 science. It looks like Odin here is prioritizing building campuses as soon as possible. He is getting Moksha in his capital city to get that culture from the population, I believe, so he can counteract the lack of culture. And I'm sure he's gonna go for Pingala probably next. Already on its way, 8 scientist points a turn without even a library, and not even the doubler from Pingala. That's just his straight up points from having what, 1, 2, 3 campuses. That is an amazing feature for Scotland here. So what do you think, guys? Is Persia irrelevant right now? Does he have a chance to come back into this game and get some revenge on Kree? Or is he just gonna roll over and die in the mid game? That might be true. He's trying desperately to get his encampment training projects done. Persia is gonna guarantee his general. It looks like he's one turn away from finishing his project there, and he's what, 13 points, so that will put him over the necessary points needed to get the first general. Already improving more of his truffle tiles, and just look at those beautiful 3-2-5 tiles. He does have a scout to worry about. Tordred sent a scout himself into the Cree territory, and he might actually pillage that truffle tile if he's not paying attention, if Cree is not paying attention. But at this point he is able to start building some units. We're gonna need to see exactly what kind of units he's gonna prioritize getting there. In the meantime, Odin is running away with science. 25 science and 11 culture from his campuses. Just look at that, boys. It is turn 27 and he's making almost the same amount of science as the turns. 25 science, and just comparing him to the next simmer from the other team, we got third Ferguson on 13 science and 10 culture, while Tordred amazingly is sitting on 10 science and 17 culture. 17 culture coming from his, of course, free monument from the cities. He's already on 4 cities, and right now building his ancestral hall to get more cities up, and each time he will plant a city he will get a free builder as well. At the same time he will have to work a lot to get his cities working, and an interesting choice for a governor here. Rome went for Magnus in his first city. Magnus is the one that gives you extra yields from the chops. He will get extra yields for if he goes for the promotion for 2 food and 2 production, but I'm not sure he will have enough trade routes to go for them. Since he didn't place that many cities on rivers, he's not going to have good commercials, and he's going to have to go for the harbor tech, and since he's only 10 science, it's going to take a long time to get there. So I'm a bit worried about what's going to happen here. And as I was saying, it looks like Cree might get pillaged here by this scout, and I'm not sure why he doesn't care about it. I mean, I'm pretty... Oh, wait a second, he does have something there. I didn't see that unit. What was it? Oh, Cree scout. Okay, never mind. Nice, nice. So there was a Cree scout there fighting against another scout, an enemy scout. In the meantime, Red Phoenix did upgrade to his unique unit, that is the Immortal, and I'm pretty sure he made it to the Golden Age. We are 3 turns away from switching the eras, and we're gonna find out who will get a Golden Age here. 25 out of 19 for Colento. Odin is 26 out of 19. He did get the first scientist, and looking at the scientist screen, it looks like the second scientist is not Hypatia. So he's gonna have to pick another one before Hypatia will be open for the taking. Pelman, Cree, 26 out of 19 himself. Destroyer, Mapuche on 20 out of 19. He guaranteed his. So every player from the Nekst Vigraem team will get their Golden Age, and it looks like the Shemamul has just been improved here in Destroyer's capital city. He is playing, and look at that capital name, he's playing Liang. I think Liang will give him much more food from his resources, and looking at his capital city, look at that, 4-1 horses, 4-1-2 sheep, and 2-3 deer. Also the coffee underneath his city is becoming a 3-2-1. That's a pretty good improvement, I should say. The other team, the Phillyboys, Tordred 21 out of 19, Red Phoenix is 26 out of 19, Almok 23 out of 19, and third Ferguson 28 out of 19 points. Everyone in this game will get the first Golden Age at least, and we're gonna have to wait and see if they're gonna get the next one. In the meantime, third is trying to catch up to Scotland's output of science there, and looking at his cities, he's spamming out those campuses. An interesting choice for a Government Plaza, though. He placed it right next to his city, I guess he wants at some point to get a harbor out, but I'm not sure if it will make it. Oh, actually, wait, it will make a very good adjacency campus on this tile. If he places it from Philadelphia, this will be a 2, 3, 4 adjacency campus for Philadelphia. That's pretty good, pretty good. Oh, this is what I want to see. Temple of Artemis, 5 turns away from finishing in the Scotland capital. That is the wonder that gives you extra amenities from the camps and pastures you have next to next to it. It's a 4 tile radius around the wonder, and it looks like he's gonna have at least two amenities extra, 3 amenities. Is this in range? Yes, it's 4 tiles away, so 3 amenities at least extra just from the tiles improved right now. And the horses next to Roxburgh are 4 tiles away as well, so that's 4 amenities and 4 food and housing from Temple of Artemis. That's gonna make his capital almost guaranteed ecstatic all game long. We're gonna see an amazing population here from Stirling, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna overrun just by his outputs and production every civilization in the game. He doesn't have an enemy near him. Cree will make sure he's gonna be safe on the east side. On the west side he has Mapuche, and to the south of him he has Egypt, so he is safe on all sides. He's gonna want to get some cities to the south to start trading with Egypt here to get that extra food and gold from the trade routes. But that's not a priority right now. He has a decent amount of both of them. I am wrong, Zorlak. You think the pastures don't give amenities to the Temple of Artemis? It says here, each camp, pasture, and plantation improvement within 4 tiles of this wonder provides 1 amenity. Must be placed adjacent to a camp improvement. And it has a standard 4 food and 3 housing from it. I'm not exactly sure how I can check, but from the drop-down menu I don't see the amount of amenities he has in the city. I would have checked gladly if I had access to his city, but I'm pretty sure I tried it in my own games, and it does give amenities for the pastures you have improved, so that includes horses. And there we go, another scientist. And is this the one? Yes, Hypatia is next up with the free library and the +1 science from the libraries. Scotland is already making 9 great scientist points a turn, and no other player is making at least 1 point. That is interesting. We're in the next era, and looking at the classical era golden ages, it looks like all of the players have gotten their golden age, as I was saying earlier, looking at their points. In the meantime, we got Tordred here spamming away his settlers. He did finish his ancestral hall in his government plaza building, and right now he's gonna pump out those settlers everywhere. He's gonna get the free monument in each city, and at the same time with a free builder to improve the tiles around him. And I think that's a good choice, especially since he's gonna need to improve all of these tiles on the river. Doesn't have that many hills, so he's gonna need to rush construction. Construction is the technology that opens up the possibility of getting lumber mills in forests, so they're gonna be equal to mines. It doesn't look like Pelman is in that much of a hurry to go and attack Persia. I think he decided his not gonna need to poke the bear anymore, since he did take out one of those Persian cities, and Persia is struggling to get his second settle again. He's on, let's see, 5 science and 4 culture, while Pellman is on 10 science and 13 culture. That is a very, very big difference. Pellman is already spamming settlers from every city. We got 3 settlers coming out in 4 to 5 turns. I think each time one of these settlers will pop out, the production cost will go up, so he will need some time to get those. 2 turns away for Scotland to finish his Temple of Artemis. That will give him an amazing capital, not to mention adjacencies for his later on theater squares, if he will decide to go for the culture victory here. I think that is a viable option, especially in this case. He does have at least 2 more settlers out of the city, and another one coming out in 2 turns, so he's gonna be on 7 cities pretty quickly here, with an amazing capital and amazing campuses. This is the power of Scotland if left alone. Already 27 science, 21 culture, while his next science enemy is Ted Ferguson with 19 science and 24 culture. Ted Ferguson doing his best to improve his land, to get as much science from his cities as possible to counteract Scotland there. He's spamming out those campuses. It might hurt him in the long run, but we're gonna see if his choices will be the correct ones. Someone needs to stop him, right? Hello Pashalis, I am not sure how long it will take for the finals to finish. I'm not sure if I will have the amount of time needed to play a game myself. It usually takes between 3 to 6 hours to finish the game, so not sure. I do want to play one. I was itching for a game today, but hey, I think the finals are more important. Almog is setting up for his culture victory. He did pick a religion, but we didn't see it. So let's see. We got Egypt going for cross-culture dialogue. That's the belief that gives you +1 science for every 2 followers of this religion in other civilizations, and the divine inspiration. All world wonders provide 6 faith. On the other side, we got Almog, Georgia, going for Judaism and picking Jesuit education, may purchase campus and theater square district buildings with faith, and papal primacy. That was the one I was saying about. It's a very good belief, especially for, and I think only for Georgia. When you send an envoy to a city-state, it adds 200 religious pressure to that city-state. So every time you send an envoy there, it will convert it to your religion. While you do that, Georgia's special ability is to transform 1 envoy into 2 envoys once that city-state is following your religion. So let's see this. Where is it? Where's the writing? Oh, I don't see the writing. Whoa. Yeah, there we go. I was looking at the wrong thing. We got each envoy you send to a city-state of your majority religion counts as 2 envoys. This is an amazing civilization or a leader to keep the city-states you need. Nice, Specialist. Good job, man. The first 2 wonders of the game have been finished. It looks like we got the Temple of Artemis on Scotland here, and we got Oracle finished in Tamar's land. Oracle has been changed as a wonder. It now only gives you +2 points, great people points in the districts you have in the capital or in the city you built it in. So we're gonna wait and see what kind of path he will take. He does have that problem of housing in his capital. He's only able to build one more district, and that's about it. He's getting his governor plaza from his other cities. It looks like Mështeca is building one. It's all about to finish. An interesting choice of placement there with I guess it was a good +3 campus, but he can still place a +4. That's good. He can place a good adjacency theater square on the cattle tile as well. I mean, it's not a bad city and not a bad placement, not a bad choice, I should say. How much faith is he making? 29 faith at turn 34. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Egypt here on 5 cities, building his Stonehenge. He wants to improve that religion, getting the another prophet from the Stonehenge will actually transform itself into an apostle, and it will give him the option to get his third belief. In the meantime, getting some horses up, that's his first classical unit of choice, and getting theater squares, that's so he's trying to go for that culture victory, or at least trying to help out Scotland's culture victory. Not sure if Scotland is gonna go for culture or something else. At the moment, he looks like he's prioritizing as much as possible science, with 34 science and 26 culture. And let's take a look at the Golden Age choices here. We got Colento and Penbrush and Voice. That's the inspirations provide an additional 10% of civic cost, and each city receives +2 culture and +1 gold for each specialty district. So each of these, also Odin, Scotland is the same in Penbrush and Voice. So each of these campuses he built early on will now have an additional +2 culture and +1 gold output from all of them. That's an amazing Golden Age option, I should say, and I think one of the favorites in this version of the BBG mod. We got Pelman going for the same one. Penbrush and Voice and Destroyer went for a monumentality Golden Age. He was the one that picked Earth Goddess as his pantheon of choice, and right now he's trying to get a general himself. Looking at his second city, he's getting an encampment in 2 turns there, spamming out some horses. Not exactly sure where he wants to send them, but we're gonna see later on in the game. On the other team, we got Tordred going for Penbrush and Voice himself with so many cities, and he's probably gonna spam those districts pretty soon here. He's gonna get a lot of the return on investment. Red Phoenix, Penbrush and Voice, but since he only has an encampment out and not even his, well, next turn he will have his government plaza, he doesn't reap the benefits that much. He did settle his second city and will start improving that. Managed to get one of the 3 available generals in the classical era, but will take some time until he recovers from that early loss of a city. We got Almok going for a monumentality Golden Age. That opens up his options of buying settlers and builders with faith, and since he is getting faith from his unique walls and holy sites and everything else, he will get a lot of faith generation and faith in the bank. 191 right now in the bank. I think he has the option to get a settler right now. Not sure exactly why he's not doing that, but he knows best, I guess. Third Ferguson, Penbrush and Voice himself with America. It's the civilization that is trying to counter as much as possible Scotland here. I'm not sure if he will make it there. Look at that. Odin just got to the double card for campuses. 51 science turn 36 on Scotland and 30 culture. I mean, this is one of the things you don't want to go against, and especially Sterling right now is probably, look at that, boys, 25 production in Sterling, just because his cities are really happy. It's double the amount of production of all other cities. Not to mention he's growing very fast right now. He's gonna be able to work more tiles. 16 culture and 15 science as well, with 17 food output from Sterling. That's just wow. Wow, amazing, amazing output from this Scotland game. I'm not sure how they managed to let it in the game. This is one of the most dangerous civilizations on an open map like this with a lot of land. Let's check out the city states. So we have Palenque as the single science city state in the game and being held by Destroyer right now. We got 5 gold city states: Antioch, Bandar, Lisbon, Zanzibar, and Muscat. While we only have 2 culture city states, we got Kumasi and Namadol. Namadol is not that great on a lakes map because you don't have that many, coastal cities or districts. But it will, I guess, it will serve America very well if he chooses to go for it. Mexico and Buenos Aires are the 2 industrial city states, and we got only Valletta that will probably like 100% be very useful for Tamar if he will choose to go there. And in the meantime, as I was saying, it looks like Tamar did buy a settler with that faith from Batumi, and it looks like he's trying to go towards Persia here. Crete doesn't look that interested in going against Persia that early. I guess he doesn't see him as a threat that much. Even though Red Phoenix is trying to catch up as much as possible here, getting Moksha's 2 promotions, 17 culture return from his Pen Brush and Voice as well. Liang as his second choice. I think this might actually break his game here. Unfortunately, Liang won't give him the necessary science. He doesn't have a good campus to place anywhere near his cities, so I'm really not trusting this decision here, going for Liang as his second governor choice. +70 science on Odin. He just finished another +5 campus in Dundee, and look at that, it's already double. It's 10 science just from 1 campus. He did open up the possibility for his cities to get the golf course improvement, so right now he's gonna make more amenities. Looks like Egypt is trying to spam his religion into the cities. Remember, Egypt does have the cross-culture dialogue promotion, so it receives +1 science for every 2 followers of this religion. So as many followers as he has, he's gonna have a lot of science. Of course, his neighbors don't really have religions themselves. Like Mapuche doesn't have a religion, Crete doesn't have a religion, so he's gonna get to spread all over them. That will mean Egypt will have the culture. He's gonna get to spam his theater squares instead of going for campuses, while relying mostly on his religion to get the science he needs. He is right now at 15 only, but 27 culture. He's gonna get his first theater square next turn, and looking at the production from his capital, he's building hanging gardens and 1 turn away. Not sure if he finishes this at the same time, will this be a splendid theater square instantly, or does it need to wait a little bit? I'm not exactly sure about that. There was another theater square being placed near Rakadet as well, and I think it's from Thebes. Is this a Thebes? Yes, this is a Thebes tile. In the meantime, because of his high science, Scotland just placed down Machu Picchu. That is the wonder that gives you extra adjacency for industrials, for theater squares, and commercials around mountains. That is an amazing wonder to have. And look at that, six turns, just 6 turns to finish Machu Picchu in the city. He's right now, his capital city is still 24 production. Looking back at Rome, while we left him, he was on a 5 series with Ancestral Hall finish, and it looks like right now he's on 246 series with another settler coming out next turn. He is trying to spam his theater squares, getting some campuses up, and is at 20 science and 30 culture. But just looking at the outpost tab, it looks like the third Ferguson is 45 science with 48 culture, having those campuses early on, and of course pen, brush and voice to get the extra culture from them. He's gonna need to spam a lot more cities, and it looks like Mapuche is gonna try and counter him as much as possible, even though Mapuche is half his science and less than half his culture there. The only advantage Mapuche has right now is the fact that he's gonna need to spam his cities or improve his cities with monumentality. I'm not sure this was the best choice of a government plaza. He's building his audience chamber, but from a further away city. It's only a 3-pop city with not that many good tiles to work near it. It's only 1-2 tiles, 2-1 tiles to work in that city. He's probably gonna get he's gonna get a trader and send it to one of his cities, I guess, to improve the production from it. But I think America at some point will easily take over Mapuche if nothing changes in the science output from Mapuche. What's happening on the Great Writer screen? So we got Georgia with 3.4 Great Writer points a turn. That I think he has. Yeah, he did finish one theater square in Tbilisi. That's his capital city with Oracle in it, and he's gonna get another one in his second city. Looking at this, yet another +3. He's gonna get a lot of points very, very fast. But so is Egypt. Egypt is starting to spam out his theater squares, getting more commercials to get more trade routes. And in the meantime, spreading his religion to Scotland and Cree, I believe. Yeah, there we go. There is a missionary going towards Cree as well. How is Cree doing? Cree is at 24 science and 21 culture. Clearly above Red Phoenix there, and he's been there for quite some time now. Red Phoenix is still around 7 science a turn with 22 culture, and unfortunately, because he picked Li Yang as his second governor of choice, he's not gonna get any kind of science. He's gonna be stuck on those immortals for quite some time. Maybe he embraced that predicament and he's gonna stick with it. He did make another settler and another one coming out in 3 turns from his capital, so he's gonna settle that gypsum tile another time. But Cree is, oh look at that, Cree is gonna try to get his city another time. If he loses another city, that's gonna be like a death sentence for Red Phoenix here. From what I saw, yes, he did build only one Sphinx. I'm gonna check it out after this action is finished here in the city of Susa. And look at that, Pelmet did manage to get at least 2 hits on the city of Susa before Susa has more strength from getting a unit inside. I'm not sure how Red Phoenix didn't leave at least one garrison unit in Susa. Why that choice was made, but it was, and now he can't go back on it. And let's check out Egypt. So how many, you were asking how many Sphinxes? Yes, he did build only one Sphinx. It looks like it's a 3-3-3 tile. Persia did snipe away from him the Pantheon, Lady of the Reeds and Marshes, so he's now using God of Craftsman. I don't think it made sense to make many more Sphinxes just because of that. I guess he can get more culture out of those, but the lack of a production on those tiles is really gonna hurt him in the long term. So he's now working the horse tiles, and look at this beautiful 3-3-1 tiles. Is working in Necken for the 331 in Rakadet. He has more to improve, he just didn't get enough builders to do that. In the meantime, I think we're gonna see in quite a short time Odin going over 100 science and over 50 culture with Scotland there. He's already at 86 right now, while Mapuche is trying to get, oh look at that, he actually is going for the city park improvements of Liang. He got 4 government titles and unlocked the city parks. That is an interesting tactic, an interesting choice there. He's gonna move Liang, and every 5 turns he's gonna build another, he's gonna get another 3 science, 3 culture, 3 gold and 2 food from the city parks. On 6 cities, that is 18 science, 18 culture and 18 gold. It's a pretty good improvement, I must say, but it is quite an investment. He did take out Mexico City, and I think he's gonna keep it. That is next to America's borders, quite close to it, and he's probably gonna get his unique unit in not that long. Let me see. So he's getting apprenticeship right now, and his unique unit is open at what castles? I believe. Let me check. Yeah, the Malon Raiders are the ones that replace Corsairs. They do upgrade into Cav, and they are unlocked. Yes, at well, if they replace the Corsairs, they are unlocked at castles. So he's probably gonna finish apprenticeship, getting that extra production to the mine improvements, and then going directly for castles. He does have a good amount of horses, and he's probably gonna get a general as well. He did build an encampment in his second city of Nagmapu, and in the meantime he's gonna get a lot of culture, a lot of science from these improvements. Maloons! Yes, exactly. Let's see how Tordred is doing. With 22 science and 32 culture, he's still spreading his cities everywhere, spamming out theater squares from each of the new cities, trying to stop the culture victory, or trying to actually help. I think he's trying to help Almog get as many works or great works as possible. Almog doesn't look like he's prioritizing that much, actually. He's now trying to get more campuses out, and he got a few more cities. He's gonna try to help out Persia as much as possible here. I think if Bellman has had one more horse here, the city of Susa would have been dead. It looks like it might actually leave with no problems here. The city will heal another 20 points of health, and he will have an extra unit to shoot with, and I think this horse will probably die next turn. He does have these 3 immortals with another one coming out next turn, 4 immortals to take down the horse next turn. So it kind of looks like that city is safe, but again, he made Persia spend more production towards his defense, and in the meantime Pelman was getting more of his settlers out. And just look at those cities. He has how many 1 2 3 4 5 6 and another settler on the way. Can I see how much? Oh yeah, I can. So right now Colento's beliefs only give him 3.5 science, but he is spreading, and I think they're gonna use Moksha's ability of 50% more religious pressure to spread that religion everywhere. So he's now prioritizing converting the Moksha cities. Look at that, in Sterling as well. Once he converts the cities that have Moksha inside them, the rest of the cities will convert very fast. Scotland did finish his industrials, and look at that, 7 great engineering points a turn. He's probably gonna get all the engineers before anyone else has a chance to take them. I don't think anybody in the game actually started building them. That's quite impressive. And they're gonna, every other civilization will focus on theater squares, campuses, trying to catch up as much as possible. And in the meantime, Scotland will snatch those great industrial people, the engineers, and build those wonders. And yeah, look at that. City of Susa remained alive with only 3 garrison health. But the immortals inside managed to get the upper hand there, and I think these scouts are gonna die probably to the immortals. I think Third realized the danger he's in once he saw Mexico City got taken over by Mapuche here, and from the looks of it, he started pre-building a few muskets here and there, and of course some spearmen. He's gonna try to settle more cities towards Mapuche. This is interesting. Where is that going actually? Is he gonna go to the north between the mountains, or is he gonna go for that river south of Lisbon? That's a question we're gonna find an answer in the next few turns. In the meantime, I was saying he's pre-building those muskets. Those muskets will be able to take on the Malon Raiders, and he does have a lot more science than Destroyer, that is Mapuche. His third Ferguson is on 48 with 53 culture, while Destroyer is on 32 and 31. Destroyer did go a totally different route, but right now looking at his capital city, he did place Moksha as his next governor choice, and he's probably gonna get more culture soon, so he's gonna get his next governors of choice as soon as possible. He did finish Liang in his second city, but I don't think he has enough faith to buy I think he does actually. He was the one in Monumentality, yeah. So I'm curious why he didn't buy right now a builder, or buy it last turn to get the city park out as soon as possible from Nag Mapu on this style, I think, or maybe place it here depending. That is a hard question, my friend. I think Mali was banned. No, I honestly don't remember all of the civilizations that were banned, but you can later on check in the video after the stream has ended, and you're gonna see the bans and the choices. This time we managed to get all of the bans and the choices in the same lobby. They weren't made on Discord or anything else, so yeah. Oh, there we go. So we got Japan, Catherine, Canada, Russia, and Mali were the civilizations banned. There we go. Thank you, chat. Thank you. Much appreciated. Oh, this is pretty good play from a big brain play for Torred. He is placing down his cities. He does have Ancestral Hall, and in the meantime, he did get the Feudalism card with 2 more charges for his builders. And whenever he pops down a city, he gets a 5 charge builder, ready to improve all of his tiles around that city. And look at that, he's getting there, boys. He's getting there. More science, more culture. He's at 21 science right now and 50 culture. Everyone in the game is trying to catch up to Scotland. Scotland is 92 science and 52 culture, clearly in the lead. There's no other civilization even close to him. Third Ferguson is only at 50 with 54, and I think third does have the double card on as well. Let me check. Yes, he does. Look at this. 10 science at 10 from his only 1 campus. He did lose a campus from a volcano exploding in New York, but I guess that's not. It's gonna get repaired soon enough. It's not a big problem. Well, I think Scotland should have been banned instead of Japan, but I guess it wasn't played that much in the tournament, so the players didn't know exactly how dangerous it is to have it. But I mean, just look at this. Look at this empire output from Scotland. This is amazing. Not sure how much gold he's making. Oh, he's making 51 gold a turn as well. Wow. That is just amazing. In the meantime, you know, I was talking about a settler from America that moved on that coffee tile and was wondering where it's going. It looks like he's got a little bit scared and put it back in the city. Now he's moving it forward. Oh, this is an interesting development. It looks like all the horses from Destroyed, instead of going against America they're going around America. Not sure what they want to achieve, because they have like 1 tile chokes towards Georgia here, and he's gonna quickly be able to plug those with that horse that's coming out. I think third saw them with this sword, saw them gather to the south of his cities and towards Georgia. Once Georgia will get his classical unit defense strength in the garrison, no horse will be able to touch those without, of course, siege unit support. Let's see what's happening here. It looks like Red Phoenix is trying to make a push towards the Cree city on the Lake Redpa. He might actually get some units there killed, because there is no horses, there are no melee units there to speak of. So I'm not sure exactly what Pellman is doing here. He's clearly prioritizing expansion more than military units, and that might cost him at least 1 city. I'm not sure if he notices the danger here. Yes, you're perfectly right. Artemis with early campuses on Scotland, and of course 4 amenities just from Artemis made that city into an amazing city. Just look at this. It's a 8 pop city right now. It's gonna put down, it's already 30 production without an industrial. Once that industrial finishes, it's gonna be, that's a +3 industrial. So he's gonna go really quickly over 40 production, 35 production right now just for his capital, with 21 science and 24 culture. Remember, guys, this is Scotland gets 25% improvement in ecstatic cities, so he gets an extra like 10% more than you get from normal civilizations. Usually you get 15%. This is amazing to see, amazing. Scotland was the first one to choose a pantheon in the game, and he got religious settlements, settling the city of Aberdeen with that free settler he got. I'm still surprised Mapuche didn't go for his second city park. I guess he's not that accustomed with the city park improvement and how he should synchronize the establishment of the governor Liang in the city, and of course getting a builder to improve the city park and then move it to another city. Or he might just be waiting to get more population in the city to place more districts. I'm not exactly sure what is his choice there, but yeah. In the meantime, he's focusing on trying to get some horses towards Georgia City here. Honestly, I don't think it will matter. It won't matter at all, and I'm a bit surprised he's doing this. It kind of looks like a waste of his units, since all of those horses could have been upgraded into or promoted into Malon Raiders. In the meantime, we're 6 turns away from getting the new age. He's gonna need points in the golden era department, and in a few turns I'm gonna quickly scroll over each of the players and see who's gonna get the golden age or who's not gonna get the golden age. I think at this point we got most of the players set up for golden age. Oh, now I know why Pellman is not prioritizing getting those mini units in there. It looks like he's 1 turn away from machinery that will unlock the option to improve his archers into crossbows. Once those will be crossbows, they will really pose a big danger to the immortals. So, and of course they do have a general with them. So that's the reason. That's the reason. I do think he would have been better off with at least a few horses, like 1 or 2 horses around there, or maybe some swords. I'm a bit surprised he's not prioritizing it that much. Let's check out Colento's belief. So he's making right now 12 science from his beliefs. Amazing how this changed, by the way. I think it was the cross-culture promotion, the belief was changed with from 3 necessary followers for 1 science to only 2 necessary followers. So that's why he's getting so much so early. If he's gonna spam those missionaries everywhere, and by the looks of it he's into Cree, into Scotland, and into Pelman here, Mapuche, he's gonna be able, well actually not Pelman, sorry, a destroyer, he's gonna be able to get a lot of science from that. Yeah, and looks like the destroyer did notice that there is only 1 tile choke towards Georgia cities. He's not going to be able to go anywhere near that, so he's better off retreating with those horses and maybe upgrading them into Malons in Mexico City. In the meantime, he is building some more horses from his capital city, not from his capital, sorry, from his main cities, and trying to move them there, getting more settlers out. Still didn't build that city park improvement. I'm really, like, I'm worried right now because he has a lot of faith in the bank. He has what, let me check, 267. Oh yeah, okay, there you go. Finally he bought a builder from that city. I mean, it took so long. Wow. In the meantime, let's see Persia's attack. It looks like he placed a further settle the city of Shari Kumis right next to the Cree city, the Lake Redpa city, and Pelman didn't yet upgrade into his crossbows. I'm not sure if he has the mercenary card on. Oh yeah, there we go. That's the first crossbow of the day, but it was hard upgraded. and he's gonna spend a lot of gold if he wants to get all of those crossbows promoted. But that city is in clear danger right now. Not sure how he didn't see this coming. I mean, he must have seen the military score from Persia. He must have noticed the danger. He did see the army with his level 4 scout, so I'm not sure if he didn't care that much or he has that much of I guess trust in his crossbows. The city strength is still 30. He doesn't have walls inside, and from the looks of it, he isn't building them, so I'm not sure exactly what's happening here. But these crossbows with a general are very dangerous. No, we only see the combat animations and of course the move animations. I just set them to faster, but the players are playing on the normal fast move and fast attack. We just see them a little behind, I guess. And yes, by the looks of it, the red doesn't have animal husbandry. Remember guys, the immortals, as you can see, do have a ranged attack that is 2 tiles away, 2 tiles of range, but at the same time it's weaker than the normal attack. It took 6 immortal range shots to actually kill that level 3 scout. Unfortunately, Pellman wasn't that fast with the clicks and he lost it. He did have a promotion ready. He should have just moved it away and promoted it. Yeah, imagine 6 movement. But at this moment, Red Phoenix is gonna all in into that, and I'm not sure. I'm still not sure what is Pellman doing here. Why isn't he building any kind of army? And he clearly has more science, more cities than Red Phoenix. Red Phoenix is on 11 science, but he doesn't have any more army. I mean, is he trusting his crossbows will do the job here? Well, I guess looking at the damage, just look at that. These crossbows are two-shotting the immortals almost. He's gonna have walls in 2 turns and victor in the city. But those immortals, especially with the general, will be able to switch from that city to the other city very, very fast with 3 movement on them. Yes, you are right. That is the main advantage of the immortals. If you don't melee attack, your units are not gonna get damaged, right, from the attack itself. So your units usually will have more strength or more health, I should say, not strength, health overall. How are we doing on the great writer production? We got 8 great writers by Egypt and 10 great writers from Georgia. It looks like Rome is making his own 6. The first batch of great writers is already finished. It looks like we're already at the 75 points necessary for one. So we do have quite a few already picked. I'm not exactly sure of the number because I need to check each how many works they have, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there we go. So Rome got 1, Egypt got 1, and I think Almog got 1 at least. Does he have books in the cities yet? There we go. He has 2 books there. In this city he didn't finish his amphitheater, and in his capital he has another book. So 3 books there for Almog. Look at that science, 133 science on Odin with 65 culture a turn, and we're now 2 turns away from the next golden age. Let's find out who's gonna get his. We got 58 out of 54 on Egypt. We got Odin on 59 out of his 56. Pelman 58 out of 56 himself, and Destroyer with 45 out of 53. He needs to get at least 7 as soon as or 8 actually say. As soon as possible. Not sure if he will make it. He needs that Malon Raiders improvement. Is he gonna get it? Yes, military science in 1 turn. Oh, military engineering, sorry. So he did get castles. Oh, he just did not upgrade. Okay, I understand. How is he making horses then? What? That is weird. We got Tordred on 38 out of 51. He's not gonna get his golden age, and that will probably make him quite irrelevant here. He's gonna lose a lot of his culture and gold per turn, not being able to pick another pen brush and voice. Red Phoenix 41 out of 53. He's gonna stay in a normal age as well. Actually, he might actually end up in a dark age with 41 out of 42 necessary for a normal age. Almog 59 out of 56. Tamar does have that ability to get more era score points from the choice you made. Third Ferguson 39 out of 58. So clearly we got the Nekst Vigraem team, almost all of them in the golden age, while on the Phillyboys almost none of them will get their golden age except Almog. I mean, that's a big problem there. How much tourism? Let's check it out. We got tourism, 0 tourism on Almog, while Colento is at 35 tourism a turn right now. That can't be correct. No, I think I'm watching. No, Almog is on. Does it say 21 tourism? This is kind of messed up. I'm sorry, but looking at the top, like at the bottom, civilization, he's making 21 tourism. I guess I need to double check that. I'm not sure exactly why this is a bug, but yeah. Colinto 35, Odin 15. And by the looks of it, it looks like these horses are actually able to make headway. And they're gonna start pillaging. This is dangerous for Almog here. He's gonna be forced to build some military units to defend against the Mapuchean horsemen. He's probably not gonna take cities, but he's gonna get to pillage a lot of these tiles, especially the theater square, the government plaza, and they do have promotions available for them. That is bad. That is really, really bad. One turn away from the golden ages. And let's see that the first great engineer has been picked, Isidore of Miletus. It will open up the option for Odin here to get another wonder. Looks like Egypt is spending more of his religion into his cities, and looking at his science, he's at 66 science a turn with 92 culture, and I don't think he has even one. Oh yeah, he does. Never mind, he does have at least one campus and building another, but that is an amazing amount of science just from his beliefs. Look at that, 20 science just from having the beliefs. That's 30% of his science is coming just from the religion. He's building Mahaboji temple right now in his capital, 7 turns away from finishing it, and does have a good amount of great writers as points a turn as well. "14 great engineer points earned a turn from Scotland here. Nobody else in the game has an industrial district, so they're not making any kind of points. They cannot stop Scotland from getting all the engineers. He's gonna build so many wonders. He's gonna get more districts available for his cities. I mean, those engineers are extremely good for everyone, and he does have a lot of good spots for theater squares as well. He just didn't prioritize them. He wants more production out of his cities, and looking at Sterling, it's already 50. Look at this, 50 production, turn 53 for his capital city, while his next cities are, let me check, 26. Aberdeen is 21. Haddington 10, but it's only a 3 pop city. Dundee 17 itself. I mean, these will grow very fast and improve themselves with districts and everything. In the meantime, let's check out Mapuche here, pillaging away at Georgia's cities. Unfortunately, he didn't manage to keep Mapuche out of his territory. Not sure exactly how that happened. Looks like the egos are having a little bit of a clash over here. Usually we do not allow stacked units in the city, but in this case no support bonus was used, or flanking bonus. Yeah, it was about this chariot that probably popped out of the city, and I think he moved the archer away, or no, this one, the crossbow. He moved the crossbow away to open up the space for the heavy chariot and shot with the archer. That was the, I'm not sure exactly in what order, I wasn't having the main view here. The government plots a building of choice for Kree will be Warlord's Throne. That will give him less gold upkeep for each unit, and at the same time more production towards military units. Just to look at this, the description says 25% production towards all naval and land military units, reduces the maintenance cost of units by 1, and awards a governor title and increases strategic resources stockpiles by 15. At the same time, he did sim quite well. He's at 50 science and 49 culture, and I think this was the turn we rolled over. Yes, there we go. So let's see the ages. We got Tordred in a dark age, we got Red Phoenix in a dark age himself, Almog in a golden age, and Third Ferguson in a dark age. 3 players from the Phillyboys went into a dark age, while every player from Nekst Vigraem got their pen, brush, and voice golden ages. Look at this, all 4 of them. Odin is right now at... Oh wait, let me see. Let me finish this. I need to synchronize with each of our choices. I confused him. What do you mean? I mean, he needs to vote B for himself. I mean, how is that come on. I don't know. I think I'm stuck here, unfortunately. Oh, wait. Oh. I don't know how much time I have, so I'm gonna submit the vote. I don't wanna let it to the mercy of... Let's ask Liege what does he think about this Scotland. Unfortunately, we got nobody able to stop Scotland from now on. Since they didn't get their golden ages, they're clearly lacking in culture, and they're suffering in their science output as well. We do have America with 71 science and 58 culture, but losing his golden age that makes him lose at least 20 culture. Odin is 140 science with 70 culture in the bank, while all other players are either equal or above the Phillyboys. It will take them a long time to get back into the game, and it's clearly that Tordred is prioritizing getting as many great people, or I should say great writers, great artists, and maybe great musicians for Almog, while Almog is trying to defend himself against these three Mapuchean horsemen. It's not that many, but it looks like they are very, very dangerous here. He had to switch away from his usual production to defend himself, but he did manage to stop the spread of the Mapuchean horseman. That is an achievement. I'm actually surprised we don't see the Malon Raiders out on the field yet. I was expecting actually them to go into Georgia's territory, and it was probably a much better choice overall because of the strength they carry, and of course the extra speed they have. Remember, there are 6 movement, 7 with General. Well, he doesn't have a general yet for them, but he can get one. He does have an encampment. Let's check out what's happening here between Persia and this city from Cree. It looks like Cree is picking away these immortals one by one and pre-building as many knights as he can. What do you think, guys? Will he be able to save this city from the immortals with these knights? It looks like he has 2 knights and a level 4 Kree scout. Will this be enough? The knights are doing a good amount of damage actually. 58 against 48 immortals. What I do think is, unfortunately, this city won't be able to be put in siege because of Lake Redbach. He needs a boat in those tiles, and at the same time, looking at Red Phoenix's Immortals damage against the city, just the city, they kind of kill themselves while attacking. Sure, they can use the ranged attack without damaging themselves, but that won't let them heal. So however you put this, I don't think this city will be able to be taken over. Kind of looks like a waste of production here from Red Phoenix, unfortunately. Not to mention, the crossbow inside the city will be able to pick off these immortals one by one. Look at this damage, 63 strength crossbows. He does have the promotions already up. What is it? The garrison promotion. It gives it plus 10 combat strength when occupying either an improvement that provides defense strength or a district. So because he's in the city, he gets that plus 10 garrison promotion. And the knights will just come from behind and clean up. And right now, looking at his cities, the main cities from Crete, looks like he's spamming out these heavy chariots that will probably be converted into knights later on. And I think that might be the end of Red Phoenix here once all those knights will be on the field. Can he get a general? He's one project away from getting a general. from the next era, from the medieval era, that is El Cid. It has the ability to form a core unit out of military land unit. It just needs to make that project. Not sure if you will or not. We're gonna see. Mapuche spreading everywhere. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 cities already. With does he have? No. So that's it. No more settlers out on the field. He's improving them everywhere. He did get instead of monumentality age, he did get his pen brush and voice. Right now on 76 science and 72 culture, he's mirroring or a little bit above third Ferguson, that is America next to him. America is on Mapuche's continent, and because he didn't get his golden age, Mapuche lost his +5 against him, but I don't think that matters that much because America doesn't have his +5 anyway. He only has it on defense, and it looks like Mapuche did a great job of keeping him behind the mountains here, trying to use the chokes for defense as much as possible. Third Ferguson is in a pickle. It's funny that Egypt is making more great writer points than Georgia, that Georgia is the one that has Oracle in the city. I was expecting him to have a lot more points, a lot more great writer points, but he didn't spam those theater squares as we expected. He did prioritize some more campuses, and of course gold is spamming out harbors from most cities now. To get more gold. Not sure exactly how they're doing on the gold department. Oh, they're clearly suffering right now, especially after losing the pen brush and voice golden ages that gave them 1 point per each district. Right now they're clearly suffering. Tordred on 17, gold at 10, Red Phoenix on 19. We got Almog on 45 and America on 46. That's clearly not enough gold to upkeep an army. And in the meantime, it looks like the Cree Bellman managed to clean up these immortals, even though the immortals are being spammed out from the Persian cities. I think this is like a waste of resources here. It looks like they won't be able to do much, and he has so many in defense. Okay, look at this spam. And getting back to the gold income, it looks like on the other team, on the Nekst Vigraem team, we got 70 gold a turn from Pelman, 68 on Odin, 64 on Colento, and Destroyer on 37. They are clearly in the lead, and right now they're just biding their time, expanding and getting more cities out until they will make their final push. Colento is at 28. Look at this, boys. 30 science just from his beliefs, while he gets only 60 from his own series. Already at 89 science a turn with 115 culture. He's the first one of the game to go over the 100 culture mark. So he's clearly in the lead in that department. He was the first one that was making tourism earlier, and he's now still the first one doing it. 55 tourism a turn from Colento here, while it looks like Almog is the first one from the Phillyboys with 22 tourism a turn. I'm not exactly sure what happened in the Phillyboys, but it's clearly not their best game today. Maybe if Estes was in the game, it was different. I'm not exactly sure. Let's check out the war between Kree here and Persia. It looks like this is the main action focus. While I still try to move around the map to see exactly what's happening, it doesn't look like anywhere else there's something happening. Maybe Mapuche. No, Mapuche is retreating his horsemen into his own territory, maybe to upgrade them into those Malon raiders. Yeah, I think that's his plan here. He needs to get more, and he did get more in the meantime. He's doing his best to place down campuses and catching up in the science and culture department, looking at his 83 science and 90 culture return. And thank you, JD Cat, for the follow. Much appreciated, man. Welcome to this great game today. This is the first game from the finals. We got the Nekst Vigraem team going against the Phillyboys, the Russians versus the Americans here. Looks like we have a clear lead from the Russian team at the beginning. They did have, I should say, a better draft choice. But it was their pick. Remember, we only get the bans, and then they have the choice of all of the 46 civilizations in the game, if well, except the minus 6 that got banned in the meantime. This is kind of a rock paper scissors type of game, and I'm actually glad this is like this, because it forces the players to think about how they will pick their civilizations to counter an enemy civilization. Odin here clearly having an advantage. Scotland is an extremely dangerous civilization to go against with its extra production and the outputs from the city from ecstatic citizens. When you get those citizens happy, there's nothing stopping them, right? Look at this, 160 science a turn, while the next one is a third Ferguson with 100, only 100. I mean, whoa, just whoa. I think he got it already. Actually, no, he didn't. Looking at his mines, he didn't. There are still 2-3 mines. So yeah, let's keep a watch here on this Kree city. Looks like Red Phoenix is pushing as much as possible to get that city. Not sure if he will make it. He needs to attack it quite a few more times, but maybe these immortals will manage to take it in the long term. The city is down to 43 defense strength, and I think it's gonna be all down to first moves here. The knights from Kree are on the field, and they're next to the units, and let's check it out. Let's see how the first moves will go. There's no more walls in there, and it looks like he did prioritize getting the immortals to the north, the immortal to the north here. Very nice graphics for this gypsum, by the way. Very nice. They're like diamonds in that respect. But look at this. 2 immortals just got deleted from the field, and it might be that the city will fall this turn. Or will it? No, it didn't. It will live to tell the tale. The city is 51 strength with that scout, with that knight inside, and at the same time, even if it took 2 hits from these immortals, it didn't go down in health enough for the immortal to push onto it. Just look at it. If I hover over the damage, it's 47 strength immortal against a 44 city. Actually, I think the city is, I think it's a little bit outdated information here. It only gets it down halfway, and I think once we hit the next turn, another 2 or 3 more immortals will die. Is there a... So there are more units coming out from Kree here. He really wants to guarantee the kill right now, spamming out those knights. Red Phoenix has been lagging in science per turn for quite some time. He didn't go for Pingala as his second governor of choice. He did go for Liang, and in the meantime lost a lot of science because of it. Let's see where he is on the science tree. He's not even close to machinery. He did get apprenticeship, but very far away from stirrups, 5 turns away from his own knights. Not to mention gunpowder, that would be the next upgrade for his immortals. So he's gonna need to spam as many immortals as he can, and looking at his city, he's doing just that. Not even having enough time to get the campuses out, even though he did have a +3 in building in Hagmatana. I think getting as many immortals as he can must be his priority here. He's gonna die anyway. I don't think there's anything anyone can do right now to save him. Maybe Almog, but he doesn't have the units, and looking at Rome, he doesn't have the units either. Actually, just looking at the military strength, it doesn't look like they have much in the way of military. Well, looking at Odin, he only has what, 25 strength. Maybe that's a scout, a lonely scout here and there, and the warrior. Yeah, but he's not in any kind of danger. He's in the middle of all his teammates. He's gonna be able to spam out cities and just keep simming away. Oh, look at that! Red Phoenix managed to raise the city, but I think that will cost him the game anyway. Well, that's as much damage as he could do in this case. I'm gonna quickly go out and get something to eat. Not to eat, sorry, to drink. Give me a minute or two. I'm gonna leave the screen here so you can watch this beautiful Kree push onto the Persian units. I'm pretty sure Persia doesn't stand a chance here, but we're gonna see. I was checking earlier to see how many great engineer points Scotland is doing. Looking at his output, he's at 15 great engineer points a turn. I don't think anyone can beat him right now. Remember, Scotland gets extra engineering points just from having the industrials in the city, and at the same time he gets the same for scientists. Pellman is one project away from getting a great general, but he didn't. I'm not sure why he didn't do that. He was prioritizing a builder in the capital city where he does have the encampment. Maybe he will chop it out. I'm not sure. We're gonna have to wait and see exactly how he plays this out, but I'm pretty sure getting a general will guarantee his win here over Red Phoenix. It does look like he's lagging a bit of damage. Those immortals on defense are 51 strength. They're capable of withstanding night attacks. Do you hear me? I'm not sure why I'm at V saying that the microphone is muted. Can you hear me, guys? Okay, sorry. Okay. So it was, I guess, the moment I was checking out everything here. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it was my bad. I was trying to see exactly what's happening here and how to proceed with getting the information to you guys. It looks like it's gonna be quite an uphill battle for the Phillyboys team, and unfortunately I'm not seeing a way out of that predicament. Maybe Almog might pull off something, but I mean, Third Ferguson will probably need to get to late game to his P51 Mustangs if he wants to get something done, but that's really late in the game and he doesn't really have the, you know, the tiles to work with because he's between the mountains, lakes and everything else. It's gonna be really hard to place at least one of his, you know, airports. The night promos, we got, he's prioritizing the charge promo, that's the plus 10 combat strength versus 45 defender. He's gonna get some kills here and there. The Immortals will, if Red Phoenix will get to switch them properly, like get the first move on them, he might get some promotions out of those, but I mean, I don't see the Knights pushing that well, at least. He did make a tactical mistake here, putting the city across the river. He's not gonna get that plus defense from the river. Unfortunately, that city will be ripe for taking. Oh well, it happens. Not everyone thinks of the river defense. Rusty Kittles, thank you for the follow, welcome. I do have to remind you guys that the only ones who actually used their remap tokens was the Phillyboys, who honestly in the last game they had a much balanced overall start, and in this map they didn't have a choice, the remaining choice to you know, choose the remap again, and at the same time got less terrain, or less worse terrain, I should say, worse terrain. Tordedrier is the second player from the Phillyboys to go over 100 science with 101 science and 136 culture return. He is seeming very well. Also, he's not in a golden age, so he did lose that pen brush and voice. This is quite a good culture output. Unfortunately, Armog is lagging behind even with his pen brush and voice. No, monumentality. Okay, so he went for the second monumentality age. He's still spamming away cities and trying to get as much terrain as possible with his settles. In the meantime, we got those Malon Raiders out on the field. Not sure exactly where they will go, but we're gonna see. We see more settlers coming out from Mapuche cities. Look at that, 4 more settlers. And in the meantime, the walls have been finished in the city of Shakiri Kumis, in the Persian city from Red Phoenix. And that puts an end to the night attack for the moment until he gets the catapults in range of that city. He's working on repositioning his units right now to the north to leave the tiles alone for the catapults to come in and shoot the city. Looking at the damage they deal with, and of course knowing they have a general next to them as well, give them an extra movement and the possibility to shoot, to move and attack at the same time. Looks like at this point Pelman is more concerned about killing the remaining immortals from Persia than actually attacking the city. Victor is going inside there, and it will provide more defense to the garrison, and even if he will be upgraded, but I don't think he has the necessary governor choices like the points. He will be able to get him more strength to the units around the city, or double attack from the walls. There are quite a few options he can pick from. I do think one catapult will not do the job here. Not exactly sure why he built only one. I was under the impression he had one more somewhere. Huh. And he's still not making that project. That's surprising again. The last move's coming in, and it looks like another immortal might fall next turn if it doesn't get switched with the immortal inside the city. The immortal inside the city does have an open promotion and enough health to withstand an attack, so he can switch it with the low HP immortal and promote if it gets hit 1 or 2 times. It should have enough health there. But no, the first moves come in, and Pelman is faster on the click there, deleting the immortal. And look at this, boys. Sterling is at 67 production. He did finish industrializations. His mines just got an extra 1 production per each tile. Not to mention he's building the factory next turn. It will quickly go over 75 or 80 production. Amazing. 1 turn away from finishing Forbidden City in the City of Air. To the north, and just imagine even that city, which doesn't have that many tiles to work with, he has 26 production in it. Destroyer catching up quite nicely in science, 101 science and 113 culture return. His Chemamuls are looking better and better. Look at this beautiful trio from the 2 tiles, the 2 city parks that give better appeal to the tiles around them, and he got the 2 Chemamuls next to each other. Look at this beautiful output. Very nice use here of city parks, by the way. He needs to place more. He is moving, I think, yeah, he just improved another city park in the city of Puel Mapu. And he's probably gonna move Liang to another city as well, just to get another city park. You can only build them while the Liang is established in the city, so you do need to wait 5 turns between building your city parks. Who is using what? So we got Palenque being used by Almog. As I was saying, he's gonna probably wanna keep or gonna keep any city he wants. The gold city states are two of them are being held by Colento, Antioch and Bandar Brunei. Lisbon is being held by Destroyer, and we got Pelman on Zanzibar. I'm actually surprised Odin didn't keep Zanzibar. Zanzibar is the city state, the gold city state that gives you extra amenities just for having it soothed. It's a very good city state to have, especially for Scotland. And there we go, Forbidden City is finished for Scotland. That will give him an extra civic card to use. Looking at, let's open up his government. He's there we go. He has an extra wildcard policy to use. Oh, there is a flanking maneuver executed here by the Mapuche and Malon Raiders. They went all the way to the north, and they're now attacking the city of San Francisco, or trying to get villages off. From the north side, he doesn't have... Ted Ferguson is not prepared for this. He doesn't have any kind of units there. He's trying to get ancient walls built, but it's 3 turns away from finishing. One thing he did do, he did upgrade one of his swordsmen to a musketman. That will improve the city defense strength of the garrison. Will it be enough? I'm not sure, because I don't think these Malon Raiders are going after the city. I'm pretty sure they're gonna go after the pillages, but hey, maybe they will go after the city. They're 44 strength on attack, but they are really weak against walls and cities because they are light cav instead of like heavy cav. So we're gonna have to wait and see exactly what result this attack will have in the next few turns. In the meantime, we got Torded on 300 military strength, we got Third on 315, Red on 300, and Almog on 260. It doesn't look like they're going up in military, while Destroyer and Pelman are 350 both, and Colento clearly not making any kind of military. Scotland is getting all of the all of the industrials. Looks like 19 great engineer points a turn, and 31 great scientist points a turn. I mean, he's clearly gonna get all of the good scientists. He got Hypatia at the beginning, and I think he's gonna get oh, he already got Newton. Look at this, Galilei and Newton at the same time. I mean, that's so much science on him. Nobody's gonna be able to stop his science. And as you're saying, we got flight uncovering or finishing before 1070 in this game. An amazing achievement here from Odin on Scotland. This moment, Pelman will have to wait a few more turns to get his catapult healed. He did have to promote it at least once, and I think, yeah, he did choose crew weapons. That's the promotion that gives him +7 combat strength when defending. Yeah, this is exactly the reason I was a bit worried earlier when I said he really needed general here with his knights. Unfortunately, Shushan 2 doesn't give bonuses to knights. They're a bit out of his era. So I think that's why Kree has the problems here of pushing into these immortals, and not to mention Red Phoenix is spamming as many as he can. He's got Waller's Throne and just trying to survive by the skin of his teeth. It's gonna, I mean, he's probably gonna survive, but I'm not sure how long. There's such a big difference between him and Pellman in terms of city outputs, like output. Empire outputs. Pellman is on 63 and 61, while Red Phoenix is on 25 and 37. He did lose his Pen-Russian voice. He's not getting that extra culture, and in the meantime, he's not expanding anywhere because he is forced to make as many immortals as he can. So basically, he's in an irrelevant position right now. He's trying to keep his cities while we see Pellman expanding some more already with another 2 more settlers out on the field. He is getting camp and training projects right now, and it looks like he's 3 turns away from finishing it. And oh, I see a Roman spy just established in his city. Interesting. Shun Tzu does not give it. It's oh, it does. Never mind. It does. Never mind. Whoops. It does. It does, guys. I'm wrong. You're right. I'm wrong. I'm not sure why. Always I thought the knights are not affected by this, and only swords and crossbows, and of course horses are. My bad. So he needed a lot more units, or I should say crossbows. I think that would have been. What do you think, guys? What would he needed here to actually get the upper hand on Persia? Did he need more crossbows, more catapults, or more straight up knights? Maybe muskets? Yeah, he did lose a lot of crossbows when he was trying to defend this city that was raised from Lake Redpa, and he didn't build any more by the looks of it. He did prioritize building the knights, and he's still prioritizing that. And from the looks of it, he's getting a spy and trying to get that next general as well. Interesting, interesting. It is the core general, so it will serve him good. At the same time, I was expecting him to build a lot more, but I guess he wants to be relevant on the overall game as well, at the same time as keeping Red Phoenix totally irrelevant in the game. Like Red is still on 25 science and 37 culture. Tordred is making headway there with 123 culture, 123 science and 147 culture, but still not even close to Odin. Odin just passed 240 science. Look at this, guys, 241 science a turn. I'm not sure how did they make this choice. I mean, how can you let Scotland in the game? Wow, Scotland is balanced, guys. It doesn't look like it. I think, well, he got a city here, Velitre, and is defending himself against some Egyptian forces, but I don't think they're there to push. They're just keeping that side. I think Tordred is trying to help out as much as possible on the culture department. Not sure if he's succeeding or not, because looking at the points, well, he's making the most points now. No, Egypt is making a lot as well. I think that those are projects actually from Egypt. Not sure exactly how the raw output looks like, but Egypt was in the lead in the culture department earlier, so, and I think he's still there. Yeah, 84 tourism return from Colento, while we have them. Let me see the next team. We got Tordred on 48, so he's like half, even though he has 152 culture. He's defending culture victory quite well, but he's not gonna be able to defend planes when they come. And as we've seen already, Odin is about to get, or actually did get flight this turn. He's gonna have amazing production to use. And look at that, building Hue Teokali, getting the first power plant, the coal power plant in Roxburgh, and getting more science. He did pick Hypatia and Newton, and got the mountain scientist as well, so that's gonna boost his science really fast. Doesn't look like there's gonna be much, but one thing to note here, he's really far away from anyone that he can attack, so like the planes, even if he has them, they're not gonna help him that much. Maybe it was a better idea to go directly tanks or something that he can move fast into towards the enemy territory. In the meantime, Mapuche's units, the Malon Raiders, actually got to raise the city of 3rd Ferguson that had no units or scouts near them. And remember, these units are extremely maneuverable. That's probably why they managed to get the upper hand on 3rd here. He didn't even escort that city, there was nothing there. And in the meantime, he's scrambling to get more units here. But these are one-tile chokes, and I don't think the Malon Raiders will have enough damage to push through them. They will get some pillages off, especially from these mines and tea. Well, looks like in the meantime, Scotland is building up as many theater squares as he needs to, and there are, of course, very good adjacency. We got a few turns to go, 5 turns to go until we hit the next era, the next golden era, and we're gonna have to wait and see who's gonna get them, who's gonna get the necessary points. Kree here is getting back his cities. He did place another one to the west, and he's gonna plant another city on that Lake Redba. There are a lot of immortals on the field now, and more catapults are coming out from the Kree cities to try and help out us on the field, on the front lines. I am hoping we're gonna see more knights, or maybe get them upgraded into cuirassiers, because I don't think these knights will do the job here. Only the knights. We do see him taking ballistics right now. He is 4 turns away from finishing that, and once these knights will be upgraded into cuirassiers, I think they're gonna be the immortals will be easy pickings for them. Not to mention, these catapults will probably get upgraded into bombards, as we see there's already bombard technology uncovered, and making one from that city, 2 turns away from finishing it. So it does look like the timer is on for his demise, for the Persian demise. Not sure if there can be any kind of actually, I don't think there can be any kind of culture victory here from either side. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see them fight it out, but none of them will actually make headway. Even though Colento has like 5 points, 5 tourists out of 39, I don't think he will get that many over the other team. We're gonna lose Red Phoenix here. that will clean up some tourists. Then we got Tordred on 185 culture, and at the same time Colento does need his computers technology. He's making a decent amount of science, but it's not that much to get to computers fast. He's probably gonna get boosted by Odin, but still, even like that, it takes so long to get to computers. Just looking at the technology tree, it's so far away. That's the technology that will boost his tourism across the empire with 50%. There's another one, it's called, what is it? Not environmentalism, sorry, one second. Conservation here, that will give him tourism from walls. And there was another one. Well, that is the thing. Georgia didn't actually build an army, and Almok is not that well known for defending his, allies. He's he was a little bit busy defending his own territory from Mapuche attack, from Lotaro attack, and at the same time getting as many great writers as he can while simming for science and other stuff. So he does have a good output from the series, 107 with 100 with 67. At the same time, still in a monumentality golden age. He's improving his land as much as he can, but he's clearly lagging behind in science. And even though he got Oracle, he still doesn't have those amazing theater squares. He only has like 2 theater squares. Yeah, that's about it. 2 theater squares in all of these cities. He has so many cities and only 2 theater squares. So basically, I think they're banking everything on Tordred here to get the win. He's building up as much as possible, but I don't think Rome is a good match against Scotland. I mean, especially Scotland late game will defeat Rome. Like since Rome doesn't have that many mountains to work with, just looking at the land, he has a few scattered one-tile mountains here and there. Unfortunately, the remap option was the nail in the coffin here for the Phillyboys for their first game. On the first map, they had a very good chance. They were going. They got the Seamers in some aspects. They got at the same time they had 1v1 wars. They weren't split up that much, and Scotland was able to be attacked. In this map, where Scotland was between all of his allies, and that's not a situation where you want Scotland to be. Hey there, Falcon, welcome. Thank you for the restream, man. For the host. What do you think of this game? How are the Phillyboys doing in your opinion? How is Scotland balanced? You're surprised? How come? How come? Oh, yeah. I mean, do you think letting Scotland into the game was a good choice? It's a clearly balanced civilization, right? I mean, he does. That is right. He does have good land. He was on a triple continent split at the same time. He was between all of his allies and could seem unimposed by anyone. Look at that, or uninterrupted, I should say. 289 science a turn with 145 culture right now. Getting more each day. He's uncovering. What was it? Let me check. Radio next turn. It's turn 71. I mean, yeah, these are some weird choices here. They did have an interesting choice of a remap also at the beginning of the game. Maybe you'll watch the game afterwards and see it. The first map was actually balanced, and this map was a bit towards the Russian team, the Nekst Vigraem boys. Um, just looking at Tordred spawn, just look at him. He was the one that pushed for a remap, and he in the second map he got all flatland and couldn't get another remap. He did make it work, but he could have imagined if he actually got good land and didn't need to make it work, quote unquote. In the meantime, looks like a destroyer is keeping America as much as possible on the back foot here, keeping him between the mountains there, not letting him expand any more cities while he's expanding everywhere. He's at 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 cities already, and getting more, while Egypt is expanding behind him as well, getting as many good cities as possible. We're hitting, actually we're one turn away from Pelman getting uncovering ballistics that will open up his option to upgrade his knights into cuirassiers, and we already see the bombards promoted and starting to work on those units. Yeah, I was expecting a bit more from him, but he did plant a lot of cities. I think the issue here is more of not getting a lot of good campuses early on in science. He's getting quite a few great people points, especially from Oracle. He did build that early on, so that was good. But he's been lagging behind quite some time. This is a good amount of cities, though. A very good amount of cities. We're 2 turns away, and actually, let's check out the golden ages here. 2 turns away. I'm gonna leave the screen a little bit here, and we're gonna see Colento is 104 out of 99. He's getting his 103 on out of 97 on Scotland. That's his triple golden age. 83 out of 97 on Pelman. Kree is not getting his, unfortunately. We got 59 out of 92 on Mapuche as well. Not sure that it matters that much. The next golden age is not that important, but I'm pretty sure it will matter in terms of gold or maybe monumentality age for Colento. Tordred, 70 out of 68. He's gonna get his next one. Red Phoenix is 62 out of 66, needing 4 more points to get his. Not sure if he has the possibility to get it. We're gonna see in 2 turns. Almog, 98 out of 98. He guaranteed his third golden age, while third is 61 out of 68. I'm not sure if third even wants to be in a golden age against Mapuche here. Giving Mapuche an extra +5 on his units is not always a good idea, right? Yeah. Yeah, clearly the 20% cut in the monumentality boost is hurting the religious civilizations that don't get a lot of faith. But I've had good games with Tamar in but in FFAs with a lot of with actually I should say more faith than I could have used. And looking at his yields, he's still making 95 faith a turn. It's clearly not enough to buy units or something, but he's able to buy the civilian units. Yeah, I would actually agree with the 15. That would make it half and get civilizations that don't get that much faith, put them back on the table. I do think Almog should have prioritized more his faith income than he did. Maybe that was a mistake on his part. Not sure. Looking back at how he sinned on that part. I usually have, when I go to Tamar, even if I get the faith from the cities, I do want to get 3, 4, 5 holy sites just to get those temples and adjacencies. Ooh, looks like Pellman is losing quite a bit of pre-built knights here, pre-built cuirassiers I should say. Unfortunately, he's not gonna get to upgrade them all, and he doesn't have that many crossbows as well to get them into field cannons. He's coming with more from his mainland cities. He was actually he did build Warlord's Throne, so he's if he uses the card, the feudal card, he's gonna build them quite fast. And I think the bombards are capable of withstanding these immortals easily, especially after they get the +7 crew weapons defensive promotion. Oh, looking at Scotland's capital, it just hit over 100 production, 103 production here, with 46 science just from that and 49 culture. Let's see, let's check it out. Let me move the screen here and check out Tordred. You were asking if Reina is on the 3rd promotion or not. He didn't even pick Reina. Doesn't look like he's on Liang 3rd, Moksha 4th, Pingala 2nd, and Magnus 2nd. Yeah, clearly not enough gold income. Looking at their overall gold income, they're clearly lagging behind. We got Colento there with 163 gold a turn. And then on the other side, we got Third on 74. We got Almog on 81. Red Phoenix on 16 and Torded on 14. He's clearly lagging behind in the gold department. I'm covering banking right now, but I guess he wants the technology for something else, not to build banks. I don't think he has enough commercials. And at the same time, the choice for Almog to build those harbors everywhere, it looks like it's paying off. So because he's getting the extra traders, he's getting the extra gold from it. And looking at his team, I think they're mostly relying on him to get the gold for the upgrades for everything. In the meantime, looks like Creed did stop getting his ballistics uncovered technology, so he could get more crossbowmen. These will all be field cannons in a few turns. I think, yeah, he's taking it next turn. So next turn we'll probably see the cuirassiers, the knights being upgraded into cuirassiers. We're probably gonna see the crossbows being upgraded into field cannons. And look at this plus or 4 promotion crossbow here. It's gonna be amazing field cannon. We don't know exactly when the next game will be. As far as we know, it was up to the players if they're gonna play right after the first game, or if they're gonna play maybe tomorrow or Monday or Tuesday. It really depends on how much energy and how long this game will take. It looks like we're already how much time has it passed? Almost 4 hours into this game since we started lobbying. So I'm not exactly sure. It will probably take another 1.5 hours at least, unless Todred decides to CC or Almog decides to CC. But I don't think they will. Knowing Todred, he's gonna try to catch up and get a win, even against this amazing Scotland. 300 science a turn with 100 culture here. Tordred is half that, but he's catching up. He does have a chance. He's not out of the woods yet. Once Kree here will finish with Persia, he will probably turn his attention either into Almog or Rome, depending. And in the meantime, it doesn't look like there's any kind of war going on between Egypt and Rome, so doesn't look like anyone will have any kind of headway there. Well, will make anything there actually. Namadol, who has Namadol? Third has Namadol. Okay, so actually Third is making use of that city state. It gives it 2 culture per each district that is near the coast. And looking at his coast, he has a lot of districts near the coast. And that's it. The next era is up. We got only 4 civilizations that made it. We got Rome in a heroic age, Cleopatra, Scotland, and Tamar in a golden age. And then we got Persia, Cree, and America in a dark age, while in a normal age, I mean. And the only one in the dark age is Mapuche. And there goes the upgrades. Pelman is just upgrading his field cannons, the cuirassiers. He already has the bombards, and he's probably gonna make the final push into Persia's territory. Persia only has immortals on defense. Even if he had musketmen or pike and shot, I don't think it mattered that much, especially against this level 4 field cannon. Look at this guy's 81 strength on attack with double shot. There's really not much you can do against it. Not to mention he has 6 diplomatic visibility as well. He has a spy, I think he has a spy in the city of Persia, and printing as well. He did get El Cid, that's the next tier general that will give bonus to the units. It gives bonus to medieval and renaissance units. Man, just the bombards do a lot of work against these immortals. Just look at that damage from the bombards. 3 of them can kill one immortal on defense. That is amazing damage from the bombards. But we've seen some versions of this BBG mod, or the game, I should say, in which the bombards were clearly overpowered. You were able to attack with the bombards, and not even the field cannons were able to take them down. It was a very fun period, I can say. Just look at that damage from the field cannons and the bombards. It's clearly the end of Persia here, the end of the line. It's trying to put up a defense as much as possible with the crossbows shooting back, but they're not even able to kill one single bombard, the level 1 bombard. This is something that should have done a lot earlier. Destroyer is attacking Paleng right now. Paleng has been in Almog's hands for quite some time now, and I think it's that time, that moment in the game that the Science City States need to die here. It will cut into their science production quite a bit, and Odin, look at that, is over 300 science, 313 science on Scotland, turn 76. Three turns away from bombers. Look at this. I'm not sure what's he gonna use the bombers for. He's so far away from everyone. You think they will CC once red dies? I'm not so sure about that. Because I'm pretty sure they thought Red Phoenix is irrelevant here for quite some time now, and I think they're putting all their eggs into Tordred's simming. And he's doing well on simming, 171 science, 222 culture. He's clearly trying and getting that culture there to defend the victory. Not sure if he will be able to defend an attack from Kree after Red dies here. That is in question though. But Kree is lagging behind. I mean, he's on 120 science a turn and only 70 culture, so he's clearly behind any kind of technology that Tordred might have. Not to mention Tordred could get army tanks by the time Kree gets there. That's gonna totally stop his Cuirassier push. I think what Scotland will do here he will get bombers. From the looks of it, he's trying to get military engineers, so he needs to get the airstrips in the forward cities. The airstrips are the unique improvement from the engineer. I think they're called airstrips. Let me check. Yeah, this is it. It's the military engineer ability to construct an airstrip. It can support 3 air units, and it can only be built on flat terrain and in open terrain, like not owned by anyone, or in your own terrain, I guess. And look at this, guys. 100 science from Egypt's beliefs. He's getting more than double the amount of science he's pumping out from his cities. That is why he's prioritizing right now going for culture rather than science. He got a lot more theater square districts than he got anything else. And unfortunately, we got a DC here from one of the streamers from Liege. It is, and it was good before. Now it's just amazing. Like before, it was per 1 science you would have gotten 1 science per 3 followers, and now you get it per 2 followers. So it actually makes it a viable option. He did spend a lot of faith to get it, though. If you were watching a few times that I was glancing over their territory there, over their empires, we were seeing a lot of missionaries and a lot of apostles coming out from Egypt cities and going towards either Scotland or Cree or Mapuche here. So I mean, that was clearly helpful. Not sure if he evangelized it. Yeah, he did. So he got itinerant preachers that gives his religion spread to cities 40% further away, and at the same time their imer. That's the ability to construct their imers, the buildings that give +3 faith and +2 culture. They're only able to be built in holy sites that have a temple in them, so it's not easy to get there, but yeah, you get that extra culture, extra faith. That's always good. In the meantime, let's watch this push from Pelman here. It looks like he already got the walls down in Shari Kumis, the Red Phoenix, the Persian city, and it doesn't look like there's any kind of response here from Red. The ability of the Immortals to withstand attacks is kind of over, even if he starts building a lot of them. And right now I see he did switch to pikemen. I don't think the pikemen can do much, especially against, like, they can stop cuirassiers, but they melt against field cannons. Like, looking at the damage, just look at this guy. So a field cannon will do 68 against 54, right? So the pikeman is 54 on defense. If I switch to a cuirassier, it's 68 on defense. That's a 14 strength difference between the two. And I'm pretty sure Pelman is shooting with the field cannons before he's pushing with the cuirassiers. So I mean, there's literally no chance for those pikemen to actually do anything on defense here. But I mean, He's trying to get as much possible, right? As much defense possible. It is. I actually find it really useful. Of course, the +1 culture. It wasn't that useful before. It wasn't bad, but not that useful. And that's it. The city of Shady Kumis dies to a cuirassier, Kree cuirassier, I mean. It's a rest in peace moment. Ooh, I see. Perlman did get his ability to form corps, nationalism unlocked. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, the second bomber from Scotland is almost finished. Did he buy his great engineer or did he build one? I'm not sure. I don't see any. Oh yeah, never mind. He needs to finish the armory. Never mind. We're gonna see it in a few times. I'm curious to see what is he gonna prioritize. And I think he should move at least one bomber to forest here, so he can help Destroyer kill Palenque as soon as possible. It's gonna take some time anyway for the military engineer to get towards Kree here, but I think they're gonna prioritize, by the looks of it, they're gonna prioritize killing Tordred. Tordred only has 300 military. It's not that much. He doesn't have that many pre-builds. He has a few knights here and there, a warrior, an archer, and some legions, but I don't think it's enough to withstand an airplane attack. How far is he, and is he going for... Okay, so Tordred is going for his own flight, so that means he didn't go for... yeah, he didn't go for steel. Unfortunately, he's not gonna have the option to build anti-air guns, and that might cost him his cities, depending on how fast Scotland is to get those airstrips next to his territory and the bombers in range. We're gonna see if Tordred has the time to actually go back and research steel. In the meantime, he's 2 turns away from flight, and he's gonna need advanced flight to actually get any kind of use out of this, but he's at least gonna be able to put some aerodromes down. That will surely be a signal to his enemies, to Scotland, that he has a little bit of time more, like a little bit more time actually, to get the planes there. If he would have gone directly steel, it would have been a problem. Getting that anti-air, maybe victor in the city with the promotion, is not something that is easy to do attack into. Yeah, that 2-shot field cannon is amazing on attack. Just look at this, shredding the units here. There's literally no chance for these immortals to defend themselves, unfortunately. This is the end of the Persian Empire. Oh, there are actually, look at this guys. The Almog is bringing some pre-built knights, some cuirassiers inside of Persia's territory, trying to keep him alive. He's getting quite a few of them, spamming them from all his cities. Look at this. We might actually see a good defensive war going on for the capital city of Persia. I don't think he can save Susa, but Pasargad is available for taking. One thing to note: the field cannons will already have a lot of promotions on them, so they're gonna grind down those cuirassiers from Georgia because they don't have promotions. Just look at that spam of heavy chariots of knights and directly cuirassiers from all of Almok cities, or most of Almok cities. He's trying to sim as well, getting some more campuses, industrial zones, or science buildings, but at the same time prioritizing the defense of his ally there. That's a good decision. Good decision. And look at that, Odin did move a bomber towards forest, into forest I should say, and he's probably gonna start bombing runs on Palenque as soon as possible. They're gonna take down the one city state that gives the Phillyboys a lot of science. Remember, each uh, the city state gives it per level, so you get direct +2 science in your capital when you put one envoy in. Then you get +2 science for every library building when you hit 3 envoys, and when you hit 6 envoys you get +2 science for every university building. That's a lot of science, counting how many campuses, libraries and universities they have. And there it is. The bomber deleted the fortification health of Palenque, and it's gonna now start working on the garrison health. It's not gonna be long until that city falls. It will look at this damage: 100 damage against 57 on defense. Palenque. Next turn is probably gonna be deleted or taken over. Not sure, one of the two, but I think Scotland has an open city-state slot, while Mapuche did get, yeah, he did get Mexico City. So he's not gonna be able to keep it if he attacks it. It might be a good choice for Scotland to keep Palenque though. It already has a science district there, and it puts him closer to America, so he could get some planes in that direction as well. Also place some cities on the rivers here, on the river I should say. Looking at the military strength tab, it looks like Almog is gonna pass 800 military strength himself, while the third is passing 600. They're clearly defending themselves or trying to build more defensive units. And as I was saying earlier, Georgia is getting as many cuirassiers he can into Persia's territory to defend him. A few field cannons here and there, but actually only one field cannon that I can see. Maybe he would have been able to use more, but it will surely stop the attack from Kree, since Kree is not building that many more units. Well, he has some more field cannon cores coming, but are they actually moving towards that? Maybe. He doesn't have that much science though. Kree has been lagging quite a bit behind because of the war between him and Persia, even though he got much better outputs in the city than Persia, especially after he took that one city from him. It couldn't quite keep up with his allies, especially in the culture department, and right now he's 145 and 70 culture, while his allies are over, like the destroyer is 175, 132, Kolento is 213, 280, and Odin is about to pass 400 science, 385 science on him. That is just wow. It's not gonna, I don't think it's gonna be possible for Tordre to catch up to him with his 195 science, especially after they will lose Palenque. Palenque is, I think, one of the city-states that are helping the Phillyboys so much right now. Getting that out of the game will surely hurt the Phillyboys team. One more city falls from Persia. The city of Sparta is going towards the Krees. They will take care of their population now. And the city of Susa is under siege by those Kree units there. The bombards are making quick work of the walls, the fortifications, and the cuirassier is just waiting for that to kill. And there we go, Palenque has been deleted and Tordred loses about 30 plus science, right? He was at 190 something, he's now at 158 science. Third 167, and Almok just went down to 143. I mean, there's clearly a science difference between the two teams, not to mention culture difference, but still the Phillyboys are hanging on, trying to get back into this game somehow, trying their chance. Not sure how much they can keep it up once these Scotland bombers will be on the field. Not to mention the research labs will be available in most cities, or built in most cities. Look at this, 1 turn, 2 turns until he finishes the research labs in most cities. He will quickly skyrocket over 60 science a turn. Sterling is at the moment 122 production, and he does have tiles available for a spaceport, and by the looks of it there's no enemy that can get to him. Culture victory is not on the table, so I'm not sure what kind of end game victory is available actually for the Phillyboys. To me, it doesn't look like there's any left. Maybe Almok can do something with his units against Kree, but I don't think he will get that far, especially since Scotland already has fighters into Kree's territory defending him. It's not gonna be long until he does more than that. I want to quickly look at how much aluminium Scotland has. Can I see that? I think I need to click on him and see how much. So he's making, oh, that's way too much aluminium. 7 aluminium per turn for Scotland here. 6 from improvements, 1 from a bonus resource. He can get more once he finishes the airports inside those aerodromes. That's another +2 aluminium. I mean, this is clearly in the advantage of Scotland here. I think he can defend and get the science victory at the same time, no problem. Diplopis, you're right, Sandro. Let's see the Diplo screen. We got Colenton 6 out of 20. And we got the other team, the Phillyboys, on only 2 points out of 20. Doesn't look like the Diplo victory will go anywhere. We have a quick 3-minute pause here, requested by Nekst Vigraem team. I'm gonna quickly stretch my legs over here. Okay, I'm back. So it looks like Destroyer had to reconnect there quickly. And by the looks of it, Almog is getting those cuirassier cores on the battlefield here to help defend the city of Susa. I think he will be able to defend it quite easily there. It doesn't look like, or at least take it back. Yeah, they should GG, I guess, but not sure if they want to play the second game today or tomorrow. So maybe they want to keep playing as much as possible and give the chance for Tordred to catch up. Not, I don't think he can. So Colento is 13 out of 66 points already in tourists, and Tordred only has 4 out of 83. That's really big difference. Not to mention Tordred doesn't, I don't think he has any kind of religious income. You see, no, only 12 faith a turn. That's not enough to buy rock bands. And I believe Colento has, yeah, there we go, 113. So he's clearly, once he gets to rock bands, it's gonna be game over anyway. If he gets or if he doesn't get the buildings, I don't think it will matter that much. He's trying to build Bolshoi, but looks like Rome is a little bit ahead of him with 7 turns away from finishing it. He's building his aerodromes as well from his second cities. Already getting hangars. But I think all Tordred can do here is prolong the game by denying the culture victory, or the early culture victory from Egypt. He won't be able to actually get the winning condition. And there we go, guys. Tordred has conceded the game. Turn 81. Congratulations to the Nekst Vigraem team for getting their first victory out of this best of 3 match. This has been the first game won by the Russians. Are they gonna play another game today? I'm not sure. Let me check it out. Guess they will inform us on Discord in a little bit. Now it looks like they're talking right now in the chat, in the game chat, if they're gonna play tomorrow, and maybe they can play 2 games. Remember, whoever, if Nekst Vigraem will get the next win in the next game, they will win the Civilization World Cup against the Phillyboys, and if the Phillyboys manage to get another win from them, they will go to a third deciding match. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this game. I hope I didn't make that many mistakes in the meantime. I want to thank Bispis. I want to thank all the Civilization World Cup team for hosting this great tournament, and also the players that play in it. And I do hope tomorrow we're gonna see another good game, the second game from the Civilization World Cup finals. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the follows, the subs, and I do hope we're gonna see each other tomorrow again.
want to know count
I
plays,
suppose the
tornado?
game ended.